Problem is with keeping the audio settings the way they're supposed to be, but it changes them out every single frickin' time. And I have to go back in because it turns them to default.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, say something.
Hello.
There we go. We're back.
All of us?
Hello.
All
Hello.
of you. All of you
Hello.
say things because your voices are beautiful and need to be heard.
Boner soup.
Boner soup is the
Also-
perfect word. Thank you once again.
Yeah, sorry.
Go ahead.
Lauren, you're muted. I had to mute because I couldn't hear things people were saying
Oh,
over
yeah. Well, Lauren had puppies
your background
going.
noise.
Yeah, sorry guys, living
Lauren,
with animals.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So
I know the
anyway.
pain. I know the pain. So.
I was just saying hi to everyone and thank you for joining us. We are going to be doing our announcements before we get to our Firefly campaign. Kessie is going to take care of telling us all about our Twitch contest that's happening right now.
Yay. So yeah, we're trying to get to 300 followers on Twitch, and once we do that, we will be pulling a name from our followers, and that person will win a set of really gorgeous 3D printed minis, 30 of them that are printed by Ray himself, ready to use when they come to you. We are currently at 275. So we're getting there. We're super, super close. So if you're not already following us, please do. And if you are, share out the stream, tell your friends, because follows are free.
Absolutely. And remember that when you follow us, you'll get from that is notifications when we go live. There's no other commitments. If you want to sub, we would love to have you as a subscriber, but the follows is all you need to do to be entered in the contest. And like Kessie said, those are free. Thank you so much, Kessie, for telling us about the current contest we have going on. We are also participating in one other major event right now, and that is the Extra Life Charity Drive. Extra Life is an amazing charity, and here to tell us all about it is the illustrious Dr. Joshua Runyon.
That's right. Once again, coming at you with those hard facts about Extra Life. Extra Life is a wonderful charity that has been around since 2008. In that time, they have raised over $70 million for their specialty. What is their specialty, you ask? I'm glad you asked. Helping sick and needy children. What a wonderful and worthy cause. And so, of course, we find ourselves very honored to be a part of it this year. We set a goal for $2,000 to be raised, and we have already met that goal. We are currently sitting at $2,445, but there is still time left on the clock. And who doesn't like a nice at the buzzer jump shot? We will keep this going until the 14th of January, a little less than a month now, but we've still got that time to raise some more money for these kids. That is all in part thanks to you guys. Thank you so much to everyone who has donated, to everyone who has gotten the word out. If you can, please follow the link in the chat and donate what you can. $5, $10, whatever you can give. Everything is going directly to these kids, and every penny helps. If you cannot donate, we completely understand. Times is tough, and they're only getting tougher right now. It's going to be a hard winter, but maybe there's somebody in your life that you can pass the word along to that isn't quite in that place, that they can give money. And if you send it to them, send it out, get it out to the Facebook, to the Facebook. I'm a boomer. Get it out to Facebook, to Twitter. We have it available on our Facebook page, on our Twitter feed. We've also, again, got it in the Twitch chat. We made it very easy for you guys to get the link, send it out there, and get the word out to everyone. So please, if you can, give. If you can't, share. And always be a hero. Save a kid.
Thank you very much, Dr. Runyon, for that noteworthy performance. We really were honored to be able to participate in Extra Life this year. It's the first time that we've participated in it, and we hope it's going to be a long-standing tradition from now on. And like Josh said, it's an amazing charity, a worthy organization, and, you know, what's better than helping kids, especially during the holidays? So do what you can, and if you can't do, then help by sharing out the link. Pardon me. Also, as part of the whole process of trying to help out during these trying times, we also are trying to make sure that we're helping out our local gaming community. The background of that gaming community is the friendly local game store. Guys, without that store, we would have a very, very hard time trying to find other people to play games with. I met Kessie at the game store. I met Dr. Runyon at the game store. I met Jonathan at the game store. Everyone else I met through connections I got from meeting all these other people at game stores. So basically, everything boils down to, if we do not support our friendly local game stores during COVID, we are not going to have that support system when COVID is over. Tonight's friendly local game store is Cards and Collectibles in Nerdvana Cards and Collectibles in Galveston, Texas. Sorry, I thought I'd try and choke to death real quick. One moment.
Someone redeem Hydrate. Save him.
It's too late. I'm gone. This is just my ghost. So Nerdvana Cards and Collectibles in Galveston, Texas. They're a great shop. They're doing the right things to help the community. They are requiring masks for visits. They're doing social distancing in the store. They're doing everything they can to make sure that their customers are safe and protected. So give them a shout out. If you guys are from the Galveston area, go by the shop, order something from the shop, go by the shop, pick it up. If you are not, next set of dice you need, they have lots of dice there. They have D&D books there. They have comics, everything else. So it's called Nirvana for a reason. Make sure that you give them a shout out. If you don't live in the area, go to their Facebook page and thank them. Just thank them for doing the right thing for the community. But in the meantime, whatever you can do to help out the local gaming community, do so. But do be careful. We do call ahead. We do find out whether the stores we're contacting and we're supporting are doing the right thing. So you do the same thing. If you don't have if we haven't covered a store in your area, call ahead. Find out if they're doing the right thing. Find out if they're being safe. That is some of the most important things. Oh, we got a little hiccup. There you go. All right. Find out, make sure they're doing the right things. Make sure that they're keeping things going in the right direction. Now, so anyway, very nice, Josh. But anyway, so other than that, we're also, if you want to support us, we would also incredibly and greatly appreciate that. The way you can do that is the simple one is just to subscribe here on Twitch. This is a great chance for you to support us. Every single dollar we get from Twitch, every single dollar we get from everything goes directly to supporting our show by making sure we have everyone on the same level of equipment. We make sure everyone has the ability to broadcast in the same quality. And to do that, of course, unfortunately, it takes money. Now, if you don't like Twitch, and don't forget, if you have Amazon Prime, you already have access to a free Twitch subscription, which we would be honored to take. All you have to do is make sure that you have you go to Amazon and renew, or you go to Twitch and renew that subscription every month. That's the only drawback about that. If you don't want to go through Twitch, we completely understand. Some people don't like Twitch, and we do have our VOD on YouTube every single week. So if you want to support us in other ways, you can go to our Patreon. Our Patreon has a ton of different levels right now, and now that we've gotten the 3D printing aspects going, and we now have things like dice trays and stuff like that we can give away as support. We are going to be doing some more levels on that Patreon, but in the meantime, we are also going to be doing, we also have things like, we're getting to the level in Patreon now where we can start doing things like Patreon only once a month D&D games. We're going to be doing things like AMAs and Patreon-only live videos. Whatever we can do to get you guys more value for the Patreon donations, we would greatly appreciate that. If you don't do Patreon, if you want something more substantial, you can actually go to our store and pick up merch. So you can actually rep us outside of being online. And you guys can go to the merch store at www.dinnerandagame.net anytime you like. You can buy stuff from there. We have hats, we have hats, we have shirts, we have beanies, we have just about anything you can think of, and it's all there waiting for you to pick up. And all the proceeds from that, of course, go directly to support us as well. So, other than that, we also want to take a moment to thank Lauren for being here, because Lauren is a very busy person and she happens to have her own stream. Lauren, would you care to tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. So I am currently the DM for The Keep over at twitch.tv/thekeeprpg. And I'm running a group of my friends through a 5e based homebrew, and it has been a lot of fun. We're in the Feywild right now, and terrifying my players has been just the delight of my week the last couple of weeks.
And trust me, guys, she has taught the boys what it is to know fear. Well, actually, it's boys and gal now, so you have another player join the group. But yeah, yep. Lauren runs a great story. It's a great time, and you guys should go over and give them a watch and give them some love. But also, do not forget that if you can support them in any way you can as well. They need follows. We would love to see them get the support and love they deserve. So go ahead and give them a follow. And you guys actually have a VOD on YouTube as well, right?
Yes.
Excellent.
So we stream live on Wednesdays at twitch.tv/thekeeprpg, and then release our VODs on our YouTube, which is also The Keep RPG.
There we go. All right. Well, I think that covers just about everything for announcements. One last thing. I've been forgetting to do this last couple of shows, and I really regret it because they're an amazing company. If you are looking for dice and you want to go with a company that not only makes a quality product, but is incredibly responsible when it comes to the entire community in gaming, Die Hard Dice is an amazing company. They have done so much for the gaming community. And we're talking like we know personally and firsthand how much they've done for the gaming community. And so we can testify that this is an amazing company that does an amazing good work, and we wanted to make sure we always give them a shout out because they have been amazing to us and amazing to our friends, and we know that they have bent over backwards to help when the community has needed it. So, Die Hard
may or
Dice
may not have put in another Die Hard Dice order recently.
and they supply our dice goblins with
Specifically though for the show. Hey.
Wait,
For more dice giveaways.
Hey,
did you say Pacifically?
I said
my God,
Pacifically.
I said
thought-
specifically.
No, I said specifically.
I said specifically. Okay.
Remember, Josh, you're
not-
still in the
do
same
not-
house, so you might want to be careful.
Do not.
I do not fear death.
I do not fear death. But do you fear the slow, torturous death at Kessie's hands?
My hands are too tiny.
Okay,
Even slower, even more torturous. Than
The slow
So-
death of 1,000 cuts.
but yes, that is about all for the announcements. Thank you all very much for tolerating that. I greatly apologize that we take too long for that. But it is time to get down with Firefly. The sky is free. So, when we last left off, our adventurers were enjoying some leisure time at the water park. They actually had made arrangements to meet back up with Baden. And they had made arrangements to do this in a very public location because Baden had informed them cryptically that there were some pretty bad issues going on and that he was needing to give them some information. So, Baden and the rest of the party met up at this water park that was on the planet that they had arrived, that they had all agreed to meet up at, and he was breaking things down for them. He told them that his compatriot Bobby, who is a companion, and he had gone to school with through the Companions Guild's program, had been arrested for murdering one of his clients. Baden, of course, knew Bobby very well and knew that this was not in character for him, not something that he would do, and was trying to find. And Baden and his friend. Oh my God, I forgot her name. Help me, Jonathan.
Margaret.
Not
no,
Margaret.
it's not Margaret. We call her Alex.
Alex, that's what it is. But but Alex, who was another student at the same time, they were both trying to help Bobby out. Now, since Baden didn't know about what's happening until afterwards, and Alex kind of kept more in touch with Bobby, she knew ahead of time, and she was actually took leave from the Companions Guild to go try and help Bobby out. And she was doing some reconnaissance work to try and figure out what had happened. Apparently, at some point, Alex had been abducted. Baden, at that point, Baden, even though he had had a falling out with the captain and everything like that, Baden reached back out to the crew of the Borealis. And since the Borealis had just finished a successful mission, and since they basically, wanted to hopefully see and help their former compatriot as much as they could, they actually flew out to where he was, and they were doing their best to find him, to find out what's going on. As Baden was breaking things down and they were discussing the situation, a stranger dragged up a chair and sat down nonchalantly and let them know that they should all have a conversation. So that's where we left off. So, gentleman's kind of sitting there. Like I said, he dragged over that metal lawn chair and kind of just dropped it down at the table and kind of dropped that bomb on you. Baden, you'd read Surface Thoughts from him because I remember you didn't do a roll for it, right? You just read the Surface Thoughts and that was it?
Oh no, he did a roll.
No, he did a roll.
Oh, wait. That's right.
started by-
Yeah,
I
he-
still
he
see
did a
the roll. Holy shit.
I
I forgot about that roll.
I started by reading Surface Thoughts, and that's when you told me that he was a cop. Then I wanted to know if he was a dirty cop, so I had to dig deeper.
And boy,
And
did you
that's
ever.
when all of our lovely followers are about to like donate a bunch of money for rerolls, right? Reroll is an option. Is
We don't have
reroll
that
an
option yet.
Firefly?
I would say I don't think Captain Caffeine's here right now. Our dagger,
we
our
we
dagger
don't have
daddy ain't here
rerolls
right now.
yet.
I think for Firefly, reroll should totally be an option, or like buying ones or removing ones from rolls. That should be an option built into the Firefly one too.
For
That
sure.
would make it very difficult to play.
I mean, for you maybe.
For you. All right, so well, remember if
I
they
feel
can
like it would
buy
make it a lot easier.
if
for
they
us.
can buy stuff for me or for you guys, they can buy stuff for me.
I mean, they have bought stuff for you.
Yeah.
You've done it. So's Disco.
Only to make the plot more interesting.
Yeah, sure. Uh-huh.
Daniel just said, "No points for Baden from me, that traitor."
What?
So anyway,
I posted it in Skype, but I feel like I need to say it out loud. Baden is literally that dude who curses you out and leaves and storms out, and then calls you the next day asking for a ride. You know, they feel like, and then when you get there, he's super passive aggressive.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, let's just not let at all discuss what you guys did to take him to that place.
I
Oh, you mean that?
What did I
time-
do?
I didn't do
No,
anything.
not you, not you, Lauren, or Jude, however you want to say this. But I mean, I feel like a better analogy would be like Baden is the battered person in the relationship who finally left and then ends up walking back into it.
So like, you mean like where
I just
Baden
can't
like
quit you.
royally fucks up and then blames it on the captain or something like that? Oh no, they're chasing you. You're the white whale.
Okay, you know what? You are going to eventually have to apologize when you find out that the Reavers do want that guy and they are coming for him.
Oh God. Let's not go there right now.
Yeah, there's no
Please
Reavers
don't
on this
jinx us.
particular
That's
planet.
that's
So.
that's the least of
Wait,
our worries.
wait.
at this
There's
exact
no
moment in
Reavers here.
time.
At the moment.
Yeah, that's what I'm
No.
saying. I'm like, I don't want to be panicking about 17 different things right now.
No,
Oh.
no,
Can I
you-
just panic
your
about the one thing I need
your
to
3
be
ones that you just rolled turned this guy into a reaver. Somehow
Oh shit!
You fucked with his head so bad by trying to read his song. You've now turned him into a reaver.
Right, that's another thing you should add to the paper list. You should throw down like $75 or $100, introduces like Reavers into the story.
Just random Reavers.
Yeah.
You really want some chaos in your life, don't you?
But I will say
Oh.
though, I did spend a plot point last time to buy that one from you, Ray. So I'm gonna cancel out one of the ones that he
You did. I remember that.
We're down to 1-1 because Kat
Yeah.
bought off of one of them. Josh bought off one of them.
I
Like-
bought one. Hawkins bought one.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
had a 1 in my
Oh.
roll. So there's 1-1, so we're nowhere near severe on that.
It just still hurts. It hurts in my heart to have messed up on the thing that I should have done like well at. And this is the moment where like Kessie and I have now bonded, not in character but as people.
we've all been there except for Jude.
Yep.
Except for let's not
Okay.
bring
Wait,
that
did-
up because that's pushing the envelope of probability.
I'll have my day, I'm sure.
Yes, but we
I think you got a
And,
one
and then
once.
we'll all die.
then we'll
Yeah.
all die.
Yeah, because her thing is piloting the ship that we're all on.
Yep. We
Everyone's
will
gonna be mad
legitimately
scrambling to find a
possibly
way
all
out of
die.
that. All right, so
Like,
and Meg said that regardless of roles, Jude is without fault. She is the sweet
True.
baby angel of the ship. So, you guys are sitting there, and Baden, you try and flex that mental muscle and try and intrude on this guy's mind. You find a rigid discipline and self-control that his relaxed and casual demeanor do not present. He seems to be just completely focused on maintaining control of the situation. You can tell that he is wearing an earpiece. He also has another device that allows him to communicate via code. Basically, all he has to do is tap his fingers together, and it sends pulses out. And he is literally, while he's communicating with you guys, he is monitoring the situation around him, and he is communicating back and forth with several teams that are in the area that are basically just watching the area and setting the stage for this. So,
Okay.
but you cannot get.
I'm going to start teaching Jude best friend language. I'm gonna like just give her a glance. I'm gonna tip my drink so that like it kind of points in his direction, and then I'm just gonna kind of like brush the sign of like a star symbol on the table so that hopefully she'll put all the pieces together.
That's a super convenient table.
Hey, I was drinking on the table. She's there. I just have to look at her, like tip my drink towards him. So I'm not pointing, but the drink's like pointed in his direction. I don't know if she'll be perceptive enough to notice. We can find out. Maybe this is where she gets her ones, and it won't be on the thing she's good at.
So let's go ahead and make this roll, shall we? This is going to be a contested roll between two characters. All right? So what we're going to do is, both of you are going to start out with your mental traits. Okay? So what we're going to go from there is mental for Jonathan. What do you guys think? Would perform be accurate, or would it be more something along the lines of, I think perform is the only thing that's really going to catch it. I mean, I almost want to say sneak, but it just doesn't seem to cover it.
I want to know, like, you're contesting this between us, so do I need her to win to notice? Is that what has to happen here?
You need to get a decent TN to be able to communicate with it. Actually, yeah, that's kind of a hard thing to guesstimate on this. Okay, let's do it a little bit different. Let's not do a contested roll. Jonathan.
Okay.
You're going to make a roll against a base TN, which I'll set. And then your rolls, depending on how much you beat the TN by, the target number by, your roll will then give Jude that many bennies. You know, if you beat it by 5, then she gets 1 free dice. If you beat it by 10, she gets 2 free dice.
Okay.
So, and that'll be basing it. That'll be saying this is how hard it was. This is how well you did, or Baden did, at communicating the idea, and then this is how well Jude picks it up. So basically, this is unskilled, and then impromptu, and then. But there is a decent amount of familiarity, so I'll reduce that dice down. All right. So I gave you a 1. So for your roll, your target TN is going to be an 11.
Oh, hey, there's a 1 in there. That is nice.
Yep.
Okay, so my mental
and your perform
and my perform.
You beat it by 5, you get a 12 big damn hero die.
It is a 12.
All right. I'm trying to think if I can justify any of my distinctions at all. Can I use the fact that I'm a prodigy and I'm good at doing symbolism as a way to sort of like set this all up?
Prodigy doesn't mean you're good at symbolism. Well, I guess it would, because symbolism is just repeating things from memory. So yes.
All right, that gets me an extra D8.
And Jessica redeemed lend a hand, so you also have a +1 to the roll.
All right. So then, that's interesting.
Yeah,
I put 2 pluses in there.
Yep.
That's my
2
fault.
pluses.
But at least the numbers are there.
Yes, but you made the algorithm angry now.
I did make the algorithm angry. I'm so sorry. The dice gods are mad, but that's currently a 9. And I will spend 1 plot point to add a big damn hero die, because I actually want to beat it by at least 5. And your biggest dice was a D12, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hopefully I can get a 5 on this and get my dice back. And I did.
Yay.
You
All
did.
right.
All right.
So,
So you have given Jude one
Se-
free dice.
well, I have 17 and you have 11, right?
Mm-hmm. So you raise the stakes.
I raised them once, right?
Mm-hmm.
And even if I buy the 3, I'm still just gonna raise them once because I'd be still. No, wait. 8, it's 18. Just made it 19. Yeah. No, if just made it 19, and you have an 11, if I buy the 3, I'll be beating you by twice. I'll buy the 3. Guess who's gonna start learning best friend code?
Well, that means she has 2 free. Well, she can either have 2 free D6s or she can have a D6 stage up to a D8. So, Jude, you're going to be rolling your mental
Okay.
plus your focus because you're basically trying to pay attention to what, or you're trying to understand what Baden's trying to bring across to you.
Okay.
And you can either have the 2 D6s or you can have a D8.
Okay. Could I use my notice instead of focus?
Yes.
Okay. That is helpful. So mental plus notice plus.
It's such a hard choice, right? Because you're like,
It is. Because there's bigger potential gains
I
for the
forgot to do my
2d6, but there's also a significantly higher chance of.
oh, I'm sorry to backtrack, Ray. What can I do with that 1? Because I know you said it's got to be specific to this situation. I mean, like, is there really anything I can actually do with it?
Yeah, you can give me. You can give Jude. Yeah, you can give Jude actually another stage up on the D8 to a D10.
I will take that.
But you have to pay the plot point to buy it, of course.
Yeah, I'm gonna be low on plot points already at the start of this game.
I threw out another 1.
How many
So
ones do you
D10
have
to
to throw
D12?
away before Lauren just like Jude just gets best friend language with me? like, are we just gonna learn it in one moment? It's like we looked at each other and it all came together.
Yeah, it was the same exact dice pool, Josh. So there is a D12 in there.
No, I'm saying that 1 you can stage it up to a D12 instead of a D10.
Yeah, it's true. If Jude chooses to buy that 1, or someone buys the 1 for Jude, then she could stage that D10 up to a D12.
I'll do it.
All right, so Kessie's buying it. Jude, you now can stage that D8. That D10 has been staged up all the way up to a D12. Wait,
Which, ironically, Jude, is the same that would have been with best friend code. So maybe this is literally the moment that you got to the level of learning it.
Yeah, it's been an
Let's-
episode.
Let's roll this and give it a shot.
So the TN is a 9. Ha!
Wow.
Okay, so
I think
Jude
I
strikes
understand what he's
again.
trying to say.
Wow.
Wow.
How do you want to do this?
Right? Yeah.
Without
so,
having to
Jude,
spend any plot points, she
feel like-
beats
I
it by
feel-
10.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Lauren gets to just like sit here and explain exactly
dictate
what
the
happens
scene.
right now.
Dictate the scene.
the
Wait,
Yeah,
entire-
actually, Lauren.
Lauren, real quick question: Do you have a D12 Big Damn Hero dice already?
I don't
You do now.
think so. I
do
do
now.
now.
Okay, then you
Yep.
do now.
Yeah.
Also, Lauren, you may dictate how, like, what is the scene for you? What is your reaction from it? Because you get to
Okay.
dictate the scene from this point.
Okay. So I see Baden sort of catching my eye, and I look at the stiffness in his body language and the way he's presenting himself. And something about it just sort of clicks. It just makes sense, and I can understand where his train of thought is. I see these subtle shifts in his arm and his hand as he's starting to signal. And like even before he's halfway through, I'm like, okay, yeah, no, I got this. I see where this is going.
Gotcha. So once you get the you understand completely that Baden is basically saying this guy is a cop. What is your reaction to that?
So I catch Baden's eye, and I nod, and the rest of us are all sitting down still, right? We're
Yes.
sort of
No one's
still
gotten
in our
up that I
seats,
know
and
of.
he's
Dude, you don't have to nod at me anymore. Now we can start communicating codes. Let's go.
I raise my right eyebrow just a little bit and flick my eyes towards the rest of the crew with the sort of questioning look. Like, does he want me to run interference? Does he want me to play the distraction so that Baden can keep the guy talking, or does he want me to get the guy's attention so he can communicate? Like, what's the play here is sort of what I'm asking.
Got it. And because
Okay,
you rolled so amazingly well, you're able to communicate that back to Dayton without a roll.
So
cool.
I'm gonna like take sunglasses like off of my shirt, and like I'm gonna like start to put them on. But right before I do, like the last thing, like when I know that they're angled in a way where most people can't see my eyes but Jude, I'm gonna look directly at the water tower, look at like 5 other places, and then just like circle my eye around so that it's almost like eyes everywhere, and then like finish putting them on.
Okay. So the rest of you, he's sitting there kind of looking at you all, and he shakes his head for a second. He's like, "Ah, damn, been out in the sun too long. Sorry, guys." So what we should probably do is go somewhere private. I got a little area set up. It's a little bungalow we've got set aside. He says, we want to take this conversation, however, out of this very public arena. He says, I'm hoping that you guys will be willing to come along in the spirit of, me coming out here and just sitting down and being bold-faced and open with you, that you're being watched, that you want to come and hear what I have to say.
At this point, Ray, since I couldn't get into his mind, can I do it the old-fashioned companion way and actually read his body language to see if he's a crooked cop? If he's being genuine about wanting to help us?
I don't really know how you get that crooked cop portion of that, but we can try something like that.
Well, I mean, like when he's talking, if he's giving away tells that he's not being honest, like FBI style, like in the way that his facial language changes, like, I want to help you, like, let's go take this somewhere else. Like he's implying that he's being helpful and that this is not going to go badly for us.
Gotcha. All right. Excuse me. So let's see here. We have, okay, this is going to be mental once again. This is going to be mental plus your notice, because you're trying to read signals from him. And you're basically looking at, we're trying to judge overall sincerity, correct?
Yes.
All right. So I finally didn't roll a 1. I will blow a plot point, since you guys have been spending them so freely, to keep the 2 and make it a 12. So the TN is a 12.
Okay. Man. All right. Let's see how this goes. So I guess I'll take the 12 and the 4.
You nail the plot point. You nail it with a 12. You have a 16 right now, so you raise the stakes.
No, I don't. If you have a 12, I don't raise the stakes with a 16. I'm 1 off.
Oh, sorry, you're right. My math is bad. So yes, you're 1 off. So, but you do.
Trust me. Like you called me out last week for doing bad math as a math teacher because I was exhausted. So I'm like, yes, redeemed myself.
Oh, I'm notoriously horrible at math. So, but you guys basically you get the a good solid read on him no matter what. And he basically seems to be very sincere about two things: wanting to get you out of public eye. Well, three things: that you are being watched, and that at least to some degree he wants to help you out.
That to some degree is a scary way to put it.
I mean, he also reads as having his own motivations, but he is when he says that he wants to help, he is generally sincere. You just can't see a way of him just wanting to be altruistic and want to help you out when he came out of nowhere and dropped this haymaker on you that you're being watched and yada yada yada.
Honestly, the part that concerns me is like why they were watching us, unless they somehow were watching those other people closely enough to know that they were also watching us. Like that's the only connection I can see coming back without being dirty. Um. Okay, I'm gonna look at Jude and I'm gonna run my two fingers across the table, but only one of them is actually going to be touching the table, and I'll run it under or on the side of the table if I have to. But then I'm gonna flip it over so that she can see that one finger has like the just dirt film on it from the table, and the other one doesn't. And it's like one dirty finger, one not dirty finger, and then I'm just gonna kind of like raise my shoulders just slightly enough to like stretch them back. Like I have no idea which one of these two it is,
So you're shrugging basically.
but I'm stretching back when I do it. Like.
So what about the rest of you? Because he's basically asking, and he kind of looks around at all of you and he's like, we should probably move.
Yeah, I'll follow him.
All right.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I'll just follow this random ass guy. Yeah, hell yeah.
So he stands up and he goes, and there's those little bridges that go across the lazy river, and he goes across one. So now you're inside the interior island where the lazy river kind of trails around. And inside this area there is a large bungalow. There is one of those, another one of those vending stalls that sells like margaritas and corn dogs on or hot dogs on a stick and stuff like that. And then there's a
I
small.
tap my glass.
You tap
Need
your
a
glass.
refill.
And there is a there's another area where there's a bunch of little kids playing around in a big sand trap kind of playground. He goes over to the bungalow, and the bungalow has been closed, so all the sides are closed out, but the door is open. And he goes to the bungalow, he opens the door, and he holds it for you guys, and he says, "After you." Does Hank run over and just get go grab another margarita before he goes in?
And a pretzel.
And a pretzel with mustard or cheese dip?
Nothing, you savage. Just butter it up, make it extra salty.
I don't know. I think that's my sacrilegious. All right, so
I don't know if you need a roll, but I am definitely like on perceptive notice of anything that seems like it might be off in this bungalow. Like I'm a little concerned about going in here.
you don't actually need a roll, because as you walk in, you realize that this is just an empty bungalow. There's like 4 different benches in here. There's no one else in the bungalow. The bungalow has basically the sliding walls that can be collapsed and opened up. The walls have all been collapsed down. The grates in the slat walls are kind of closed up, so there's no breeze coming through, so it's kind of warm in here. But other than that, there's nothing weird in here at all. And he goes into one of the tables and he sits down, and he reaches into his back pocket and he pulls out a leather billfold type looking thing, and he kind of flops it down and open, and you see a marshal's badge sitting in the billfold. And he's like, "Just so you know which side I'm playing on."
What level of the marshal like badge is it? Is it basically like he's planet? Is he like city?
No, that's an alliance marshal.
Ooh, so he's got jurisdiction throughout the whole alliance.
Yep.
So the first thing I say when I see the badge is, "We're just here to check on our friend. We ain't Looking for any trouble. Nothing. We're just on. We might as well be on vacation.
He's like,
Cap, I don't think he's worried about that. I think he's about to ask us for something because he knows that we want something in common.
well, we definitely want something in common, Mr. Baden. He says, unfortunately, things have gotten very complicated in the last 72 hours. Mr. Baden, you're here for a very particular reason, are you not?
I am here for a very particular reason that became two very particular reasons that are very closely aligned to each other.
That is true. And I assume, Captain, that you and your crew are here due to your association, or former association, as it were, with Mr. Baden.
We're here to reunite.
He says, very well. Let's just go over the breakdown of the situation as it stands. We have a companion who has been placed under arrest for murder, which in and of itself is very odd. Not a situation that we would expect to see. So that automatically had the local authorities asking questions. However, the local authorities found themselves under quite a deal of pressure to try and resolve this situation as quickly as possible. Now,
Pressure from where?
from sources that are very generous to the local constabulary and their retirement fund. So that led to a situation of the arrest warrant being issued, the arrest being made, and their attempt to speed him to trial. Now, luckily enough for him, other situations behind the scenes had been in place for quite some time. Oh, by the way, everyone needs to stretch. So, and we were catching up to the whole situation, but we had not gotten to the point where we were ready to be more assertive. And then, Mr. Baden's very good friend showed up, and she threw a monkey wrench in all of our plans with her amateur sleuthing. But she got lucky. Somehow, with her skills, she managed to get access to the grounds, and apparently managed to place a few clandestine surveillance devices around. But before we could pick her up and get access to those devices, she was picked up. Once again, we were less than ready to move in an aggressive fashion, and we do not have direct evidence to prove that that the people who took her are directly associated with the people who are trying to influence the expeditious trial of Mr. Baden's friend Bobby. All this boils down to a situation of we have a lot of conjecture. We have a lot of coincidental placement, which is enough for us to go on to start an investigation, but not enough for us to go on to get a warrant that would handle the amount of legal. They're going to lawyer the hell out of any warrant we do right now. So, what we need is a way to prove association of the people who kidnapped Mr. Baden's friend Alex, and the people who are trying to frame his friend Bobby for murder. As it sits, we don't think that there will be a conviction if Bobby is to go to trial in 2 days, which he is supposed to and scheduled to. But we don't think the trial or the conviction was what they were looking for. There is a large upswelling in the lower ranks of a lot of the established crime syndicates. The status quo has been going on for quite some time, and the lack of upward mobility has begun to chafe certain people in the wrong way. We've never seen something on this level of organization, however, where multiple different organizations are seeing the same upheaval at the same time. All this instability has led to a situation where we need to, as odd as it sounds, we need things to stay the way they are, because that's more stable than what the potential future holds. So we need this small coup that's happening now to be completely derailed.
And how do you want it derailed? You want it derailed by the Alliance? You want it derailed by the actual crime families themselves?
We would love for this to be as quiet and as soft-stepped as possible. Unfortunately, we understood who we have to work with right now. And we know what that means. Mr. Baden, we know you want your friend out of jail. We know you want to find Alex and make sure she's safe.
That's correct.
You have to understand those are high on our list of priorities as well. But we have to make sure that we can stop we have to make sure we can stop what's happening right now from moving any further before we have a full-on scale civil war within these organizations. It would lead to chaos and bloodshed in the streets. So, what we need from you is we need bait to force their hands. And we think that an impromptu rescue mission to save your friend Miss Alex would be probably one of the best ways to force them to play their hand too far. If that makes sense.
It does. I definitely want Alex out of the crosshairs before things get settled the way you'd like them settled. And I'd also like to know that good men are in the prison system making sure that other prisoners don't retaliate against my other friend as a sign to us for having dealt with some of these issues.
Well, one of the things that we're hoping is going to be resolved very quickly once this whole situation is exposed is that the very shaky evidence already present will, with the combined evidence that we're going to expose, will lead to a complete acquittal. Well, not acquittal because he hasn't been convicted, but they'll be dropping the charges for your friend and releasing him. Now, we're going to, of course, have to put him into protective custody. And probably Alex and as many of you as willing to go as well. And get them all off planet to guarantee safety.
protective custody.
Well, no matter what.
No, but I want to know if he means like bodyguards temporarily, or if he's talking like witness relocation level shit.
Well, it's going to be at least bodyguards for now, and to
Okay.
stop any retaliation. We would
Yeah,
have
yeah,
to.
yeah, yeah.
We had to.
I'm
We
fine with bodyguards. I was just more concerned because like the way he said it made me think like quit your jobs and get a new name.
Well, the big issue for this is we don't. Bobby has been less than forthright with us, and we understand that a lot of this is because he cannot compromise himself due to his oaths and the legal protections he has from the Companions Guild. So he cannot give us any information lest he lose his representation by the Companions Guild itself, which is really one of the things that held up this trial the most was the fact that the Companions Guild was on the spot with hiring a good legal team to slow the trial down. But the main issue comes from that is if this continues, eventually Bobby's usefulness to them is going to wear thin, and they may not want him to continue to move forward to stand trial. And as he sits, he is in a local jail with comparatively minimal security. And if that situation stays out and he becomes a liability to them, their next course of action is fairly clear.
Do you know where Alex is?
We have a very strong suspicion that she is still being held on the estate. We're fairly sure she's within the apparently very extensive underground complex beneath the estate. So, what we would like to do, or we'd like to see happen, if possible, is this meeting between us and our association would have never have actually happened. You would continue along your chosen path of trying to rescue your friend, with a very lucky tip from an informant that we would put in your path to reveal more information about where she is and where she's being held. And once that happens, you would proceed with your plans as you were probably already going to if we had not been present. Once that happens, and things inevitably go the way they're going to go, we sweep in like the cavalry. Having been authorized to observe these people, but not been authorized to serve a warrant on the grounds themselves, we need a viable reason for coming in.
So we're essentially just getting sent in to kick a hornet's nest, and in the good faith that you'll pull us out, and it'll all be all right in the end.
In the good sense that we are dying to get access to the estate, but have no legal way to do so at this point. If you all...
So we're gonna go in as what, concerned citizens, or we're just gonna be we're just gonna be people kicking in someone else's door, essentially. And what does that mean for us? That sounds like a whole heap of trouble in and of itself, especially if these people have enough money in their pockets, as you've implied, to put a companion under these kind of sketchy evidence scenarios and put actual charges to it.
Well, like I said, they were trying to rush it through before he could find a way to get a legal defense set up. Luckily enough, apparently, because of his association with Miss Alex, he had put certain situation protocols in place that if he were to disappear, she was supposed to inform the Companions Guild in order to rectify the situation as quickly as possible. And those protocols were initiated, so that's why he got lawyered up so fast. He says, what we're expecting of you is, as I said, as if this had never happened. Because I'm not going to make any generalizations, but from what we understand from you, of you, from the sources that we have been given, you all are definitely the type that would try and take this into your own hands and try and solve this on your own. But we want to make sure that just because you're going to do that, we're here for when the inevitable that goes along with that happens. And because we are, as I said, observing legally this place, but until something happens that breaks the law that we can willingly observe, we are not allowed to charge in guns blazing.
What I want to know is, can you guarantee that me and mine won't end up, when this is all said and done, sitting in cells of our own for causing trouble?
I can put that in writing before we initiate anything.
I would hope so, being that it is state-sponsored trouble.
It can't be state-sponsored trouble.
It's state-sponsored. It's state-advised.
It's
Unofficial.
not condoned.
Unofficial. This ain't my first rodeo.
But we will not be pressing any charges on you. Once the situation is into this point where we're looking at who's getting charged with what, I guarantee you that the least of your worries will be what anyone wants to charge you with, since probably the most you'll be guilty of is misdemeanor burglary. And the minimum they'll be guilty of is probably kidnapping. Hopefully,
Well,
just kidnapping.
you seem to know quite a bit about us. Therefore, I'd say that it's probably well within reason to expect that you understand that a lot of us don't exactly have a great track record with the Alliance.
That's true. It would explain why, and he kind of like reaches like into his like around his back and pulls out what looks to be a kind of a rolled up manila folder, and he slaps it down, and the logo on the front of the folder is Alliance Intelligence, Alliance Naval Intelligence. And he says, considering that your dossier came from Spec Ops in Alliance Naval Intelligence, I'm pretty sure that you've had some extensive run-ins with the Alliance.
Then you'll understand my hesitation to just simply sign up. How am I to know that everything here's on the up and up on your end?
Because you're considered a valuable asset. And if we were to squander that asset, well, my career would be over.
Is there a way for like me not being a special mind ready boy to like sense motive on this guy?
Yes, you can. Let me set up a TN for you. But yes, there is
Roll
absolutely a way. Yeah, roll insight. That's
Yeah,
the best way.
Can I roll insight on this
You can
guy?
roll mental plus notice.
Mental and notice? Okay.
Mhm.
Is this where I'm basically doing the same thing at this point because I've not trusted him this whole time?
What are you trying to? Are you trying to break into his mind again, or oh
No.
shit, that's a horrible roll.
Well, I mean, I would love to, but right
Oh,
now,
right.
like, I'm asking if I can basically be doing the same thing Josh is doing since I haven't trusted him since the beginning.
Yeah,
I've been
absolutely.
trying, like,
Yeah, anyone who's observing him, which I'm assuming everyone is. Ow, Josh, you beat me.
Wow.
Yeah.
D4 comes in clutch.
I was so worried about that, but that's okay. I beat the roll. That's all I care
Oh, and
about.
Jessica gave you a lend a hand, which is a +1, so you actually have a 6.
There it is.
Ooh, there it is. All right, so Jonathan, are you making that
I'm-
same roll too, sir?
I am. I'm just making sure I didn't mess up the formula. I don't want it to yell at me.
It likes to yell at people.
It says it's rolling the dice.
And
It
something
yelled
went
at me
very, very wrong.
anyways.
You did it again.
I did still mess. I did not type the double plus. No. I double checked this before I rolled. That is not fair. I did not do the double plus.
That's not fair.
Mhm.
All right, so right now, as of now, you have an 18 versus my frickin' 4.
And you might notice that I rolled a D4 in there because I wanted a plot point back.
You do get a plot point back for the D4, which rolled a 4, by the way. That's 2 4s now that have rolled well.
I figured if I'm going against a 4, I mean, as long as I didn't roll a 1, I'd be okay.
Hey, maybe I should roll a 4. Just kidding. Just kidding, everyone.
All right, so Baden, you
Don't
get
do it, don't
a
do it, don't do it, don't do it.
D8. Oh wait, no, where was mine? D10 for Big Damn Hero Dice if you don't have one yet.
I do.
Okay. All right, so dun dun dun. What we're looking at here. So, Alan, you are. I mean, it's
What I'm trying to get is
Mhm.
that, like, this specifically what I'm trying to, like, suss out from this guy is I want to know, like, I want to, like, go into this at least believing that we're not going to do their dirty work and be the scapegoat for the Alliance. Like, we will be able to walk away from this when it's done.
okay. He was absolutely sincere when he said that if he were to squander you,
Mhm.
that his career would be over. But you can tell that there's a hardness to the way he's talking about this situation, and he seems to be very, very determined in his idea of getting the bad guy in this situation, resolving this situation. So
He wants these people, like, so bad. Do I get the sense that it's for, like, personal gain? Like, this is going to,
yeah, you're
in the
getting-
in the same vein of, like, I would ruin his career, this will bolster his career?
You can't really make that determination with that role. You raise the stakes, so you got a general good idea that
Fair enough.
yeah. But Jonathan, for your role, yeah, he is completely sincere that it would ruin his career to actually squander you guys or use you guys inappropriately to where you are no longer of value to naval intelligence. However, you can tell that he is doing his best to temper the idea, but there's something about the situation that is very personal to him. And it's just something you can read off the way he speaks about these people and he's about the situation. This is more than just him wanting to arrest the bad guy. He has a stake in this. A very personal stake in this.
Ray, like, you're making me want to dig in his mind again so bad.
I know, I'm a bad person.
I'm digging in his mind.
I'm a bad person. Let me see if I can find that last roll so I can just use that dice
No, it's
pool
called
again.
building the plot.
It's called
thinking.
forcing me to roll a bunch of ones.
I'm not
Hey, I mean,
forcing
you've been
you to.
you've been on fucking fire this evening, so you know. There's that.
I did much better, and I will spend that plot point. So I got a 14.
Okay. I'm sorry. Like man, this may be a little bit gamey, but I'm looking at my plot points and the time and asking myself how far they're gonna stretch over the next whatever we had left. And I was like, okay, we have about at least an hour and a half of gameplay left. I'm going to use my child prodigy ability. So I'll spend this plot point for that.
And Jessica just spent for lend a hand, so you get a +1.
Okay, so
not horrible yet right now.
Right now I have a 15.
16 because of the lend a hand.
I get to keep this in the roll too. Oh, we lend a hand. Yes.
So you get to keep the 5, right? That's
so then it's a 6. The 8 and the 7. Oh, lend a hand is keep another dice.
No. Lend a hand is a +1, but then you use your prodigy thing.
No, that lets me roll a d12 and keep it.
Oh! I thought it was a d6 for some reason. All right, so you got a 2 there. So all right.
So right now I have a 15, and then I get to add this 6. I have to roll it separately because I have to know that that's the one I get to keep.
Got it.
So then I'm at a 21, which beats him by 1. Beat him by 1. Do I just want to beat him by 1?
Well, Baden just gave you a lend a hand. Neris just gave you another lend a hand, so that's another +1. So that beats it by 2. That makes it a 22, I should say.
All right, I'm gonna spend one more plot point.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use, what was his biggest die? D12, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna use a D12 big damn hero die because I know I'm gonna get it back.
That does make sense. Huh? Look at Jonathan breaking down the mechanics.
Ooh, okay. Well, at least I
get it back either way.
I get it back and you can't buy it.
Nope.
So...
Once again, the fickle dice gods have come down like a lightning bolt.
Hey, I still beat him by one. All
right. So this time you can feel that mental discipline has been whittled down by the passion that's stirring in him right now. This man is on a personal vendetta. He wants to see not just it does detail from one organized crime family or organized criminal organization, but he has a life goal of doing everything he can to shut down organized crime. He was raised by hardworking people, and he worked his way up as a beat cop. But as he was doing that, he came, when he was much younger, first started out in the force, he came into situations where he was approached by these crime syndicates and other such associates to go on the take, keep his mouth shut, look the other way. And he consistently did the right thing. He consistently turned down. He consistently said no. Until his mother got sick. And when that happened, bills started piling up. Things started getting bad. And he was still doing the right thing up until the point where he was presented with a situation where members of the Golden Triad, or the Golden Dragon Triad, let him know that there were certain treatments that were still in the experimental phase that were already well and easily had on the black market that could possibly save his mother's life. And it was at that point that he did the unspeakable in his eyes and started helping them. It wasn't until a few years later that he discovered that his mother had been poisoned by the Golden Dragon Triad, and he had been set up. By that time, he was already deep into it. Since you actually beat him by a bit, you also discover that he has set things up in his life to ensure that his family is taken care of, both from a lot of the money that he got from, working for the Golden Dragon Triad and other criminal organizations, and through his own savings and investments. And he has already started working on ensuring pretty much a mutual self-destruction situation between himself and a lot of the heads of the organized criminal crime families.
He plans to go down and take himself with them.
Yes.
My one question out of all of this is, based on what you said, I think I already know the answer. I think the answer is that he has not got himself free and clear from them yet, and that for him, this is like his opportunity to finally do that in a sense.
Yeah, he is playing two sides against the two other sides right now. He is almost exclusively works with the Golden Dragon Triad, but he has done work for other organizations, and there are certain parts of his mind, even with that role, that you're having trouble accessing because they are centered around his sense of self. So they're some of the most protected parts of his mind. But you get the general impression that he may be the origination of the instabilities that are currently happening.
Oh.
And that he is doing this on purpose to cause this chaos in order to cause people to make mistakes, so that those mistakes can be capitalized on by law enforcement to take down as much of the organizations as they can.
Okay. To check that theory,
mm-hmm.
I am going to say very affirmatively, my primary concern is the health and safety of both of my friends, especially Alex, who is likely being tortured at this moment. And I want to make sure that I can get her out of there alive and in a condition where she will be able to live a functional life still. And I need to know what assurances you have that we have some chance of making that happen. And when I say it, what I'm looking for on the surface, because I'm not going to make another deep dig into him, is I'm looking for some levels of guilt that if he really did set up these instabilities, he knows she's in that situation because of what he did, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So I'm not going to make you make another roll or anything like that. You still have access to his mind at this time. And there is deep-seated guilt, but it is heavily repressed by a drive to make this happen. This is his only chance to do this. He is literally giving up his entire life, because even if he lives through this entire situation, his career is over. He's going to jail. His life is over, because he is willing to hand over all the years of his own dealings, which of course, because these are organized criminal syndicates, this would only take out low-level lieutenants, because they're the only ones he really spoke to. He's talking about getting hands on enough of the right-hand men and the other people, and getting enough of them arrested to where the organizations will be so destructured and there'll be so much chaos that people will start being willing to finally turn over their superiors, because they don't know who's left and who's not. He's been working on this plan for about a decade.
Okay. Does he have an answer, though, for how or what is going to somewhat assist in guaranteeing her safe exit from the situation?
He has no guarantee for that.
No, but I mean, I was asking like for assistance. Like, is there anything he's providing to help us in assisting with trying to make sure that we can get her out safe?
He's got some serious firepower on hold that is waiting for the go ahead for what date they're supposed to set up for to come raiding down on this place, because he has been telling his superiors that evidence is forthcoming, the investigation is going quickly. He's been lying a lot, using some of the knowledge he already has as an operative within those organizations to basically say, look, we've got this guy and this guy and this guy. They're already doing this, this, and this, because he knows it, because he's helping them. He's like, but we can't arrest them yet because they're just small fries. We can take them down when we take everyone else down, and we can hit them with this and additional charges and get them to roll over, but we need to take their bosses down too. We need to destroy the communication structure within the organization so we can take the whole thing down together. So he has been doing all this. At the same time, he has been trying to make sure that this goes into this position of chaos, where there is literal near civil war happening in all these organizations, and these organizations are willing to actually come together in one location so he can take all of them up at once.
Yeah, he orchestrated this combined alliance so that they would have to basically never be able to work together again and infight in a crazy way. Because now it's perceived as a cooperative coup from all of the groups, right? Like,
yeah. Hang on one second. Sorry, anyone want a dog?
I feel your pain, Ray. I feel you.
So, but anyway, yes. So, and what did you? Oh my God. Actually, let's take 10 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, while I kill a dog, and we will be right back. Actually,
No,
I'm
don't
not
kill
going to
dog.
kill
For
the dog.
legal reasons,
Don't
that's a
kill
joke.
dog.
For legal reasons,
Don't kill
that's a
dog.
joke.
Don't kill
For legal
dog.
reasons, that's a joke.
Don't kill dog. Pet dog.
Give
No.
him a stern talking to.
Make dog go outside and make poop.
yeah, guys, never
That's
kill
probably
your
what
dog.
he wants.
Buy
Or he
3
wants to
cats.
eat one of the other. No harming of no animals are ever harmed, even roaches.
No, that roach was definitely not murdered on my bedroom floor. Definitely
All right,
not.
ladies and gentlemen. Seriously, we're going to take 10 minutes. It's 8:22. We will be back at 8:32. All right? Thank you very
See
much.
you guys.
Hey
Quite
guys,
willing.
welcome back.
Oh.
Thank you very much for the wait. Sorry it took a little bit longer than normal. We were invaded. We had to fight off an invasion. We're safe. We're fine. Everything's
I'm
fine.
a tiny 4-year-old.
Yes, I'm a tiny 4-year-old who was adorable, and we could not stop asking him to do things.
Oh, I thought you were talking about that roach right behind Cassie.
Yeah.
Don't eat. Don't.
You mean the
Don't. I'm
ex-roach
eating.
behind
I'm
Cassie, the
eating
one
foods.
that's not dead?
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go. All right, so back to where we were and what we were doing. Dun dun dun. So you guys were busily trying to ascertain how trustworthy this guy was, as Baden was also, of course, invading his mind and forcing his secrets from him. So he says, kind of looks all around at you all, and he says, "So I know it's not ideal. I know it's not wonderful, but you all have a chance to not only save your friend, both your friends, Mr. Baden, but you guys have a chance to really do good, not just for the Alliance, but for everyone."
I'm going to point to the manila, and I'm going to tap the manila folders. And I'm just going to ask, and I know this probably sounds a little condescending when I say it, but I'm actually going to say it in a really nice way. So I just want to make that very clear. But I'm going to be like, so when this is all said and done, are there going to be some gold stars that go in here?
He says, "If you mean would we be letting everyone involved know that you were more than helpful, then yes. I don't know what that'll do for you in that situation, but you would
You know,
definitely
I mean,
have my
if I'm
thanks."
being honest, I'd rather, people not know we were helping the Alliance. No offense.
None taken.
Yeah, but I'm pointing to the confidential, classified, like naval military reports, the ones that came from Captain Blue. Like, so just so you know, Josh, like, I don't think the things I'm pointing at are really gonna ever make it very far, because we're talking about a clandestine, confidential organization that doesn't exist, air quote, like having gold stars with them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It'd be like getting gold stars with the Men in Black.
Hey, as long as you have a way to contact them to ask for favors, it might help.
Yeah. And then I am kind of curious. I'm gonna ask him, like, how did you get these? And I want to read his surface thoughts when he answers this question.
Oh, okay. The first thing you get is him sitting down in a meeting with Captain Blue, where Captain Blue is letting him know that they basically are willing to back him up. Oh, sorry. Captain Blue is sitting there talking to him, and apparently all of his operations, all his plannings, he had caught the attention of Spec Ops because they were investigating illegal arms sales from Alliance weapons depots on the fringes, which had been sponsored by organized crime organizations, namely the Russian Syndicate. So there was a lot of context with that ended up bleeding into him becoming associated with their investigation, and Captain Blue's people pulling up and investigating him more thoroughly because he was not an asset of SecNav, not SecNav, but Special Ops, Spec Ops, and so he basically they investigated him.
That was me. I'm sorry. It's somebody outside of my apartment.
Okay, but
Wow.
they basically were investigating him, and they basically said, we're starting to unravel some of the threads that he had left, and they went through and they basically, Captain Blue told him that they had some idea of what his involvement was, and Captain Blue had been working with him for some time. recently in his endeavors. Jonathan, did we lose Jonathan completely?
No, I muted myself because I was tired of hearing. I don't know if the car is gonna make another honking noise again.
Yeah, your camera froze too.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I'm sorry.
There it goes.
It was the little
Did
it was the little
did we?
that got me.
Yeah, well, the first time it was like a full-on honk. The second time it was like they locked their car after they left it. But I'm not gonna lie, that's the first time I've heard car honks in this complex the entire time I've been here.
Yeah, I was like, wow, your walls must be like paper thin because
Right? Like that
so
was.
loud.
Yeah, it sounded like you were right next to that car.
I thought that I had like accidentally opened a tab somehow on my browser that was like it was like an advertisement or something that was playing.
I've definitely been on TikTok way too much because it immediately made me think about some of the TikTok sounds that have the truck honking.
Oh, I know which one you're
Well,
talking
you
about.
are correct. Some of my walls are paper thin here. I don't know. I may or may not be in this apartment next year. We'll see. I have no idea how that's going to work out, but
Gotcha.
because I don't know what the plans are for apartments next year. But anyways, it is what it is now. Hopefully, it won't honk again. My question, Ray, though, is: did General Blue leave us with a way to actually contact them again? Because he was trying to use us as assets.
All
was
he
like-
said was that
Oh,
he
he
would
said
be in
that
contact.
Yeah, I was gonna say. He said we'll be in touch, meaning like they will get in touch with us.
Okay. When I was in his mind, does it seem like he actually can get in contact with these people again, or is he in the same boat? They just get in
No,
contact with him.
you know that he has the means to contact the Captain Blue at any time.
Okay.
And he is supposed to, if he manages to come out of this without getting himself arrested, he is supposed to update Captain Blue on what the situation is. Otherwise, when he goes to prison, Captain Blue is supposed to be is going to get debriefed by him while he is awaiting trial or whatever.
I'm going to like open up the contact screen and just sort of like, oh, he doesn't want us to actually stay in touch with him. That's right. He wants this all off the record. But I'm over to the contact screen. This is a burner phone. It's not personal. Do we get a way to message you so that I can give you what we have when we have it?
He says, "Trust me. If everything goes to plan, we will be right behind you when you have what you have."
Okay. In his mind, does he know him as Captain Blue or General Blue?
Captain.
Okay. This is gonna be funny, but I'm gonna look at Runyon's character for a second, and then kind of look back at the officer, and then kind of look back at Runyon for a second, and then be like, and then kind of point at the folder again, and just be like, can you let Cap know I would like to have a conversation at some point?
Wait, hold on. Did he say Captain?
You said that to the officer, though, right?
To the officer, yeah, and
he
but
kind
then
of
I'm
looks
gonna-
at you
I'm
weird.
gonna look back at Runyon after I pointed at the folder, like with the officer. Cause I'm looking at the officer when I said it, and I'm pointing at the folder because I know where he got it from. I mean, it's clear where he got this from.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm gonna look back at Runyon and be like, I think a talk is in order. That way, maybe like Runyon will think I'm talking about him, but hopefully the officer realizes because I'm pointing at the folder and looking him in the eye when I said it, like I would like him to tell the captain I would like to have a conversation.
So are you just like not speaking to me? Is that what this is?
Well, I mean,
Tell him to tell me to tell you we're in the same room.
I think we lost.
yeah. I'm just gonna look at the officer and be like, I apologize, Cap, and then just kind of look at the officer like to see if he just gives me the nod, yes or no, like yes or no. He will let him know I'd like to
He's
talk.
kind of looking at you weird, and he kind of looks at the file, and he looks at you, and he's like, I don't honestly know what you're talking about. In his head, he is wondering how you hell you even know anything about any captain.
Mm. I'm just gonna look at him since he looks confused and say, I know where everything on that table came from, and it only came from one place. And then I'm gonna point at the seal that's on the folder. Specifically point at the seal that's on the folder.
And he kind of stops and he says, I didn't realize it was direct. If
I mean,
All right, I will pass that up the chain. He says, but in the
what's
meantime, as
what's
I
our
said,
time for this extraction?
if you are serious about wanting your friend out safely, or as safe as she can be, it needs to be fast.
So
I'm gonna look at Catnip
we're
and be like,
we're looking to just cause some mayhem. Is that what all this is? Or we're just gonna go in
As I
and
said, I'm going to put someone in your path who is going to be able to provide you the information to prove to you that she is being held there. After that, the ball's in your court for how you get in and get her out.
now, hypothetically, if I already knew where she was being held, because I'm a really sleuthy investigator on my own, do I need this person to come into contact with us? Or how important is that for this plan to
I
play
am
out?
putting this person in contact with you because they don't just have that information, they also have contacts
To get us in?
to possibly do that, yes.
Okay.
and again, for clarification, we're going in there and
What you're going in there to do is
we're
get his
we're we're
friend and get her the hell
we're
out.
Getting her in
there.
and out is
There's gonna be resistance.
I
So
understand that.
so are we? Again, I'm putting my faith in you here that us kicking in a door, if that's the route that we take, and putting some lead into some bad men isn't gonna wind up with us behind bars.
I can tell you that once you have this contact's information and it can be validated and verified, you are going to be faced with a situation where it is going to be left up to you. Because, as I said, this meeting with this federal marshal never took place. Therefore, you do not know you have these resources available to you. Does that make sense?
Sure.
As I said, his friend Bobby's being rushed to trial. The only thing that stopped it was the fact that the guild quickly acquired him a good legal defense that slowed everything down. Had it not, the powers that be here would have been more than able to railroad a kangaroo trial through and have your friend strung up, as it were. So, what does that mean if you were to get reliable information that his other friend had been kidnapped and was being held somewhere? Who would you take it to? The same people that are holding his other friend with the intention of having him convicted on charges that they pretty much know are completely false? I told you, when these dominoes start falling, a lot of people are going down. That includes the local Leo.
Well, as long as it ain't any of us that go down with it, then I'd say we've got ourselves a plan.
All right. In that case, I'm going to take myself and my team out of here as quietly as possible. You guys go about your day and do what you were going to do.
And we'll run into this contact at some point.
Through the natural progression of your endeavors. Because in order to do what you need to do, you're going to need local contacts. You're going to need local hardware. Trust me.
Well, Hank, I think that the market is a good place to run into a contact, don't you?
I reckon so.
He stands up. He says, in that case, good luck to you all. Happy hunting.
Preferably on the way back to the hotel so I can grab my stuff.
I'm assuming you're talking to the captain at this point.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and the constable all at the same time, kind of like.
He kind of like shrugs his shoulders and turns and just walks out.
Yeah, grab your stuff. Well, I need to make a return to the Borealis for something of mine as well.
Yeah, I'll be accompanying you, Captain.
So who's going where?
I'm going back to the ship. This
Okay.
has officially become too much for me to handle, in the sense of I'm out of my element, so I'm going back to the ship. I'll
What about the
run
rest of you?
communications or whatever, but
So, I'm going to be going back to the ship to get two things in particular. So, we had talked about me changing my my starting asset
Mm-hmm.
from the salvage permit, because
It
that's
didn't make much
really
sense, yeah.
it's not the direction that the story has gone like since the jump.
Right.
So I would like to change the Alliance salvage permit to my revolver, my hand cannon, my trusty hand cannon. It's something that I pretty much always have on my person anyways, but we didn't take weapons because we can't take them into a water park. So I got to go back and get that. And then the second thing I'm going to get is remind me how many plot points it takes to create an asset.
It
So,
takes
like-
one plot point to create the asset for a scene,
Okay.
and then it takes shit.
It's like 3 to keep it.
I can't remember,
I think
Jonathan. Do you
it's an
remember exactly?
episode.
It's
It's
one
an episode. It's an episode to
Yeah.
keep it permanently.
But if you
Okay.
create that asset on the ship,
Yeah, which is why I'm going back to the ship to get a D8 asset. And I'm going to go into Kelly's old chambers.
Uh-huh.
chambers.
And I'm gonna go into her quarters, and I'm going to grab one of the spare bulletproof vests, and I'm going to create that.
All right.
I'm gonna create that, and I'll spend. Where's my episode list?
Dude, it's so funny because I wanted a bulletproof vest too. I think we all do.
I'm gonna spend the third episode. I haven't spent it yet, and I don't know if we're gonna be doing callbacks.
So
to
what are
it
you
or
gonna what are you
anything.
gonna what are you gonna call the bulletproof vest asset?
I'm gonna call it. Kelly's extra Kelly's just in case vest.
Just in case vest.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. So Jonathan, are you going to go with all of them to the hotel, or you gotta make?
Cap's going back to the ship, and his brother's going with him. I need to go back to the hotel and get my stuff. So I'm gonna announce that and see if anybody else plans to go with me or not. But if nobody does, I mean, I should be okay making it back, hopefully, to the hotel on my own.
I should hopefully maybe be okay making it back on my own, maybe, perhaps.
No, I mean that's not what I'm saying to you guys, but I mean, like, I'm just saying, like theoretically, I mean, you
Right.
know, unless I get kidnapped too, I should be able to make it to the hotel. Like, let's just hope there's no more ones involved in rolling things.
So Doc
Right.
Harry, and June, what are you gonna do?
I want to go back to the ship because I also too feel like this is not right, not up my alley for sure. Like this whole situation. I feel like I might be better to wait on the ship and be ready just in case somebody comes back with an injury.
And Jude?
I will probably end up on the ship eventually, but I do actually, if Baden is willing to take some company, I do have something I want to ask him.
All right.
I'm gonna give Baden an extra communicator, so he can keep in contact with us
Got it.
if he wants one.
Okay. No, I'll take it.
I mean, you can just put the ship's comms connection onto his burner, his basically cheap comm, and that way he can just patch you guys in on that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll take the comm he gives me because then the burner will still stay a burner because it won't actually be connected to the ship.
Right.
Exactly.
All right. So that's the last thing you guys do as a group, as you
I
guys
was
start.
gonna say, if he let me do it, I was gonna type it into his phone. Borealis emoji, winky face, eggplant.
When they give me the comm to use, I am gonna look at Doc and I'll be like, real quick, there's something I need to do real fast since you're going back to the ship with the rest of them and you'll be headed back there. Just make sure you absolutely 100% keep this safe and do not look at it. And then I'm going to transfer a file from my phone to hers. Like, just connect them and transfer the file over to hers.
Okay.
Actually,
You may want to tell... If Hank is still in the room, I'm going to tell Hank, like, you may want to put that, like, in a secured location in the ship where you can get access to it. If you think it's safe and you check for bugs, you can look at the file. But just check things out first.
Gotcha. I do want to ask you a question. Is there anything that you think that you might need to be more successful in this mission? I've been, tinkering a bit. We had a long journey back and forth. So if there's something that you think that you need, or you think that someone needs on this mission, let me know, and I'll see what I can see what I've thrown together.
Well, a couple of distractions like flashbangs or things that might be nice if we have those on the ship. And then when you do make sure things are safe and you look at this, I'm gonna kind of point at her phone. If you can see if maybe the audio has some frequency ranges that wouldn't be detectable that might be useful, that'll make sense later. And if you can kind of like use the visual to kind of sort of like lay out a groundwork, that might be helpful for us too.
All right.
Both of those will make a lot more sense in about half an hour or so.
I'll see what I can do.
All right.
Y'all be safe.
All right. So then I guess
take a long sip from my margarita and start walking back.
All right.
And
So,
I'm gonna give Doc one look and like just tell her like put the phone somewhere secure.
Not next. Put it next to the anti-inflammatories because we know you don't
got
touch
it.
those.
It is a communicator, so it's not going to go near the ketamine because that's with the K's. So C's don't go with K's.
all right. So Baden and Jude, you guys are. Let's do your scene first because you're going to just doing a quick run to the hotel. So you guys are heading out from the water park. So Jude, you said you had something you wanted to say to Baden.
Yeah, so as we're heading out, and especially as soon as I know we're out of earshot of the rest of the group, I lean over to Baden and just quietly sort of, so I know there's been some difficulty between you and Cap. You doing okay with him sort of stepping in the negotiations there?
Yeah, I don't feel like I have a place yet back with everything that's kind of concrete. Like, lines were blurred a lot. I'm sure they're going to get cleared up, but for now, it is what it is. And then hopefully, once some people are out of harm's way, we can figure out how exactly this moves forward in a much more manageable way. I was running a shuttle. I'm not supposed to need people's permission to get off of a ship.
I think more than anything else, we were just worried. I don't know how things got so bad so fast. Everything just sort of blew up in our faces. It's definitely hadn't been the same.
Yeah, see, that's one of 3 things I really need to talk to you about. But I don't know how well you're going to compartmentalize some of this stuff before the mission, and right here's not the best place to have the conversation.
Okay, then.
Well. So I'm. Ooh, are you buying that asset at the end of this episode? Or are
Yes.
you gonna spend the episode now to buy it?
Can I?
It's supposed to be done at the end of the episode, from what I read.
Okay.
Because it's a permanent. It's an asset until the end of the show, whatever. And then after the show is over, then you can buy it as a permanent asset.
Well,
Okay.
that means you still have it though until the end, anyways. You just don't have it permanently until the end.
Right.
So that's going to be my question. Do I need to spend the plot point to keep it outside of that particular scene?
No. That was something I was wrong about last time. You basically, once you spent for it, it's with you for basically the evening of gaming for the most part.
Okay.
And then if you want to keep it beyond tonight, going on into the next sessions, that's where you have to spend the episode for.
Okay. Good deal.
Got it. Then consider me saying that I did it as preemptively buying Kelly's just in case vest.
Just in case, Viz.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so I am going to tell Jude first, not something that is probably unknown at this point, but I apologize if I rubbed you the wrong way by treating the item I borrowed more like a present than something that was borrowed. If you want it back, it's your property. I just, in the moment, I didn't feel like I wanted to leave it behind. But I know it doesn't belong to me. And I know that it actually has sentimental value to you. So I know that that was a line I probably crossed.
In a lot of ways, it feels like a relic of a different life. Any offense is forgiven, Baden. I didn't mind.
All right. Ray, I don't even know if mechanically this can be done, but I'm gonna go ahead and try it anyways. Now, I'm gonna look at Jude, sorry, and I'm gonna just say, will you just relax and trust me for a minute?
Sure. I do trust you, Baden.
And then I'm going to
walking.
Huh?
I'm assuming you're not walking anymore.
No, I'm still walking. We're still walking.
Okay.
I'm going to reach over and get her hand so that I have like actual skin contact with her.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to try to read her with the secrets ability, but I'm going to try to not actually make it secret that I'm probing her mind, and hope that it triggers her ability to sort of like flow through my mind too. Because I know that deep down somewhere, she has the potential. And I'm hoping that if I can kind of sort of like poke at it a little bit and let her see like what's going on, that maybe it will flow in both directions if I'm not trying to actually make it be secretive, if that makes sense. Because she does theoretically have the potential to at least pick up on my surface thoughts.
Got it.
And I don't know if that's going to work. I have no idea how bad of a TN you're throwing at me, but I'm going to try.
And he melts Jude's brain.
Yeah, this is like the worst.
Do you trust me? I trust you.
Are you actively trying to make her use any latent ability she has, or like by pressing on her mind, her will, or are you just trying to tap into her directly and communicate with her?
I'm trying to tap into her directly and communicate with her, but not secretly, hoping that like
Yes.
she'll reflexively be able to read what I'm thinking too. Does that kind of make sense?
Yes.
I'm hoping that it'll sort of trigger. I'm not trying to like smash. Yeah, you know what?
Give me a second.
I would love to buy that one.
You can buy the one. I'm gonna throw in
Wait,
another.
do you still have plot points, Jonathan?
I have one, but I can't afford to buy it because I need the plot point.
I will take it. I'll buy it because I'm in the scene.
Okay.
Actually, we found out that anyone can buy a plot point even outside of a scene. I am going to spend
that's how I was helping you guys on
4
Miranda.
plot points.
I was like, yep, I'll buy that.
There you go.
I'll buy
All
that.
right, so the TN is now at 12. It's still miserable.
Okay.
And you can remember, you can either stage up one of your own dice with that +1 or create a new die for a D6.
What do you want the asset to be, Lauren? Like, because do you want the asset to be something that actually theoretically helps you with the possibility of like reading back to like on my surface, or did you have a different intent with it?
Wait, hold on. Just a quick question. You guys have that now, like D12 friendship thing, though, right?
We do. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Does that count into this roll, Ray?
Well, it's not permanently a D12. It was just a D12 because it got staged up.
No. I bought no. If it's whatever asset level it's at, when you buy it is where it stays, because you have to buy them up throughout either the episode by spending things. Because I bought all those plot points to keep staging it up.
Mm-hmm.
And Lauren is currently at a D12 too, because we bought all of the plot points to stage hers up to a D12 also during this episode. So if she ends up buying it at the end, it
We'll
stays.
leave it like that for now, but I gotta look that up because I don't think that's how it works. I think that it gets, because I think you have to buy it up with episodes. You can't buy it up with plot points and then buy it.
If that's the case, then a lot of our sheets are going to be wrong because we have a lot of things that are at D8s because we bought them on the ship and they're automatically D8s.
Well, no, that's because the ship has a special property to the ship.
Yeah, but that's basically what we're doing when we buy the ones to make them.
I'll look it up, but we'll go with it for now. It's fine.
But that does not apply, or it does?
The D12, it would, yes, it would definitely apply.
Then I'm gonna throw that in there too. And so, well, Lauren, what did you want to do with the asset? You bought it. What do you want it to be?
Can it be something like the level to which Jude trusts Baden makes it easier for him to make contact, something like that? I don't know what we'd call it.
Yeah.
Like a receptiveness.
You want to call it latent psychic ability?
Sure, why not?
No, because it's a little bit more than that. It's based on Jude and Baden's pretty much friendship and whatever else there is.
Dude, I'm really scared. This is a lot of dice, and I just don't want any of them to be ones.
Yeah, how about you wait to buy that one, or wait to say what that one is?
Yeah.
Unless you're using that right now in the roll.
I put it in the roll because she said what it was, but I can take it out.
Whatever you think best.
Take it out.
I don't know what you're rolling, so I'll trust
right now
you.
I'm rolling 2d8 plus 2d12 plus a d6 without the d6 that you bought, theoretically, that doesn't have to be there. That's why I'm like, that's a lot of different dice that could be ones.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I took it out, so it can be used to cancel out one of these ones if needed. Hopefully not. No ones, no whammies.
No ones.
Okay, so the best
And a 12
is
on a
19.
D12.
All right, so I have a 19 right now,
Which means.
and I'm trying to beat what, a 12?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then you roll the d12. I'm gonna spend my last plot point, and I'm gonna roll my d12 big damn hero die.
Got it.
So I have a 19 plus this, so 24.
There you go. So you beat me by 3. Mathing hard, bad. So that's a 12 on mine, and you have a 24. You said.
Yes.
19 plus 5, 24. Yes.
Okay. So right now you're beating me by
By 2.
2.
By 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if I got it take what another crap? Why am I not mathing tonight?
to be able to beat it all the way out, you'd have to have at least the 4.
Yeah, but I don't have any more points to buy anything, so we're just gonna have to settle
Wait.
for being it.
Question, Ray.
Mm-hmm.
Did we earn any special plot points last session? I mean, we haven't done that in a while. Earning special plot points for having good sessions.
Well, actually, Daniel just gave you a +1.
So 2 more plus 1s, and I'll be beating it by 3.
But so
I don't think that's gonna happen fast enough.
well, you already beat it by 2, which means you basically get to dictate oh, Lauren.
Did Lauren just buy a plus 1 too?
Oh, Daniel. Shit. Well, I'll let Daniel do it this time, but you can only buy a +1 once.
As he continuously buys.
Yeah, I know. Everyone can only
So
get
is that beating it by 3 now?
1 advance on the roll. Stop it, Daniel.
Wait. Did he change it to an advance, like to keep another dice or something?
What? No. He basically is buying a bunch of +1s.
Oh, okay,
So
gotcha.
he gets you up to the point where you're now beating it by 3.
Okay, so I get to super dictate this now, right?
Yes.
Okay. So Jude, it's like we're still talking, almost, but then you realize you're not moving your mouth, and I'm not moving mine, and I'm telling you, and the reason why you notice that is because we're not even like looking at each other at the moment, but I started to tell you like I've kind of kept secret from everybody that I have this ability. It's the reason why I had to be in the suit back on Miranda. It's because there's a genetic deformity that that we were discussing, and it causes people to have psychic abilities, like the ability to read other people's minds. The reason I seized is because I took control of the Reaver's hive mind. That's why they stopped chasing the ship, and that's why they went after the Alliance instead. That's why they stopped attacking the crew on the planet. That's why they all froze in place. I couldn't help anybody, not from the ship.
What's your final TN?
I think it was.
Check Twitch because
I know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 +9.
What?
Well, hold on, I did a +1 to you, Ray.
Oh, sorry, +8.
We just went from beating it by 3 to beating it by 4.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So Jude, you have that same gene that I do. You have the exact same potential that I did.
Jonathan, where does your dice pool come for your mental abilities? What's the dice pool made out of?
So D8 from mental,
Mm-hmm.
D8 from reader,
So you don't have
D12 from know, which is what the reading ability is based off of. An extra
right
D6 is
Stop right there. Jude, I need you to create me a dice pool. Mental plus a D6 plus no.
well, the D6 came from having the reader
I
specialization.
know that.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Mental plus no
Yep.
And a D6, right?
and a D6.
Yep.
Okay, this is not great.
Everybody get
Anything
your
else?
Linda hand-
That's
Everybody
all
get
I
your
can
Linda
think of.
hands ready.
Okay.
Well, you didn't have to cancel any ones out, so don't you have the extra D6 also? And best friend language? Does
Oh,
best
sorry.
language
Best
go-
friend language. Throw another D12 on there.
Okay.
Put some D's on it.
Do I get to throw the extra d6 in?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I'm sitting at a
Damn,
14
nice
right
rolls. Holy shit. All right, so that's a
now. What do I need to beat?
It's a 14 and a 13, so it's 27. What you needed to beat was Jonathan's TN, which was a 30 what? 24
okay,
plus
it's
8 is a 32.
32.
So, Jonathan, the moment you start as you're thinking all this into her, you're basically projecting your thoughts into her. The moment you project your thoughts about the Reavers, your connection to her is so strong that you don't project the thoughts about the Reavers into her head. You project your experience.
Oh, like in the hive?
Yes.
She's gonna start seizing out.
Yes. Jude snaps rigid and collapses and begins seizing on the ground.
Oh no, no, no.
Jude, there is a voice in your head that's not Baden.
Mm-hmm.
And that voice in your mind, you hear it, and you feel like from all different directions, 1,000 times 1,000 heads have snapped around to stare at you. And as one voice, all those minds say, the hunt, 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 the prey, 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 and you.
I'm getting on the comms right now and calling Doc.
Okay. You are still established in contact, and you have contact
God
with Jude's mind.
Damn it, y'all.
Wait, I'm in her mind?
You're in
I
her
don't
mind.
know what happened.
You can feel the other presence.
Can I try to like?
But it is.
Can I basically like almost like wrap my mind around hers to try to like just drive it into me instead of her?
Go ahead and make me another roll.
Okay, but I'm texting the doc 911 seize and a GPS location.
And I'm gonna be confused as fuck because I'm thinking, how is he seizing and texting me at the same time?
It's like texting and driving. You just get used to it, you know.
Oh yeah, totally.
Oh fuck. Okay.
God damn it.
Wow.
Hang on 1 second. Yes.
I'm wow.
Gave you a damn one.
I'm calling it now though. Baden is still somehow gonna blame the captain on this one.
So
No.
I am spending.
You're the white whale.
Why not?
Another plot
Why
point.
not? The white whale.
I am spending
Holy
a plot
shit,
point,
no.
and I
Ray
now
rolled
have
so good.
a 31.
There's
You know what?
no-
I'll buy that complication.
Sure.
I'll let
I'm
Mickey
gonna
do
level
whatever he wants with it.
right now. There's no way I can beat this roll with no plot points left. It's not possible.
Well, you do have a whole army of daggers watching, ready to lend a hand.
Right?
You know what?
Hmm.
I take it back. I have a plan. I might have some chance.
Just don't roll any ones.
Meg says there's 7 Linda hands in the queue.
Yeah, that's fair.
Everyone remember, you can only submit one bonus dice. One bonus point. Each.
Exactly. So
Per
like
person?
nobody put any out there again for a little bit because I think we've got enough.
Can I
to
use
right now.
the best friend thing to help shield her mind, or is that not going to help?
You can use that.
Okay.
By the way, I counted all those on his last roll. They're not in the queue.
Oh, okay.
That's why her TN
okay.
was so freaking
Okay.
high. It was based on his
Okay.
TN.
Oh man.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
okay. I did get a 1, ironically, on one of the D12s, but I did not get the 1 on the D4 that I threw in there so I could get a plot point so that I could actually try to have some chance of succeeding.
Well, I guess I'll just cancel out that
That
one,
one?
the one that I bought.
Okay.
That is a really crappy roll, though. That is currently a 7. Even if I roll a D12 big damn hero dice, there is no way I can get up close to a 32. Like it's inconceivable.
When we fail big.
And the best you
Yeah,
can do is by plus.
apparently.
Okay. So yeah, then okay.
So Doc, what are
Is
you
there
doing?
really a difference between losing by 5 steps and losing by 4 steps? Because
Yes.
like I feel like
I mean,
So wait,
if he...
okay, is it like? Oh, I guess we're.
Never mind. No. Keep going. Go. Say what you're gonna say.
Well,
I don't
okay.
want to deal with this. Say what you're gonna say.
Okay, so like if it only counts 1 lend a hand per person, right?
Mhm.
That's the roll. Okay, cool. That's all I wanted to know.
Right.
And I'm also putting mine towards Ray. I'm just kidding. No.
Oh my god, you're not funny. You're not funny.
That's the only reason he had 8 instead of 9 last time, because Josh bent his towards me.
Yeah. So you're welcome. You didn't fail as horribly as you could have.
So anyway, you guys. All right, actually, Doc, what are you doing? Because you get the 911 from Baden.
Yeah, if I'm getting a 911 that says seizures and a location, and
By the way, you weren't in the hotel when this happened. You were still walking down the street.
right.
Yeah,
So
I feel like
there's
we haven't
people
even got
coming
that
over
far.
going, "Is he okay? What's going on?"
Yeah, I don't think we're that far from y'all either, because we
No.
really just started talking immediately.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much as soon as we
cool.
were out of
So I
earshot.
don't have anything with me to be able to handle this situation because I definitely wasn't
have plot
expecting this. I do have plot
Okay.
points.
No. I just want to say, in fairness, there is no way you walk around without at least 1 bottle of ketamine on you.
Oh, well,
God.
duh. But, fuck off, man. God damn it.
Doc suddenly remembers she really wanted to read a book right now. So what are you doing, Doc?
I'm going to rush to this location that he
Alright.
gave me.
You flag a cab and head to the location. It's not very far away, so it only takes you a matter of minutes to get there. Baden, in the meantime, I'm assuming that you're doing your best to you're trying to reach into her mind. This presence is locked onto her, and you can feel it reaching out across space, and you can feel that you can feel the hunger and that's out in the void, and that it is sense something, and you have this feeling of little portions of it that are breaking off the central mass and moving in that direction.
What would it take to try to shut both of us down on a psychic level?
A better roll than what you got, probably.
Yeah, obviously, but that was to try to shield her. Now I want to know
You just unlocked a potential psyker. And unfortunately, with what you were thinking and referring to her with and about, you kind of put her into the ultimate fight or flight response for her raw psychic output. And so she is now trapped in this state where she is just basically psychically screaming into the void.
Interesting question. Does that still continue when you're unconscious, or do you have to?
As far as you know, she's unconscious.
Okay.
She's in full grand mal seizure. You don't know if someone's conscious or unconscious during that.
Well, I mean, I guess I actually do know that you are conscious because I was in a full grand mal seizure and I was still controlling the hive and I was consciously aware of what I was doing.
Your mind was no longer in your body. You were projected out of it. She's trapped in there.
Oh, I didn't even know I projected out of my body. That is very interesting.
You were
New
you were
detail.
actually in the hive mind.
Ooh. Oh, fuck.
Man,
There's one thing
I
you
thought
can do.
when we started this game, yeah, I'll be the doctor. That sounds
There's
fun.
one thing you can do.
That
would-
sounds
that
so.
would
That sounds so
completely
chill.
break her connection.
The only thing I can do is what? Sever the
One
connection?
thing you can do that'll completely break her connection.
Is?
You can
Put a
kill her.
bullet in her brain.
Ooh.
Hey.
Yeah.
The doc's on her way. She should be able to bring her back. All you gotta do is put your hands on her throat.
Wow.
What
In front of all these people.
So she just needs
Yeah,
to be
I
dead.
know.
Wait. So she just needs to be dead for a minute, right? That's what you're basically saying?
She just needs to be. Yeah, she needs to be. No brain activity.
Okay, I'm basically gonna shout for an AED. Like somebody get me an AED.
A defibrillator?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's probably one
No,
in one of the stores nearby.
It's literally like in the
Yeah.
in the CPR class videos. Somebody get me the AED.
Someone comes running out, and one of the people working in one of the department stores you're passing by. She's on the street. She goes running inside. She comes back out a few seconds later. She having a heart attack, and she like drops it down.
Yeah.
She's like,
so
I got
I'm-
trained how to use this, and she starts trying to mess with it.
Oh no, I'm just gonna go ahead and clear away like where I need to put the pads.
Mm-hmm.
So that they're on her skin. Plug it in. Not be next to her. Tell everybody to stand back, and
Oh
then
yeah, everyone gets back.
push the button for charging.
So proud of you, Jonathan. So proud of you.
And then as soon as it says shock ready, I'm gonna push the button.
All right. There's no roll needed for this because there's nothing that Jude could do to resist. So
I'm so sorry.
you hit the button, and by the way, this thing has a heart meter on it, right? When you put the sensors on her,
Oh
her
yeah.
heart rate is over 190.
Well, it won't be in a second.
Thank you, Simris. Oh, how you pronounce that? Simrisid. Thank you, Simrisid, for the sub. So you guys sit there and you hit the button. Her body slams with the jolt.
I'm assuming I kind of react to it too, since I haven't left her
Yeah.
mind, since I'm trying to make sure she's still like that. It really is disconnected.
Yeah, you feel this. I mean, she jumps and you jump, like you actually collapse on the ground beside her. Right? You have to get up, and someone was like, "You're not supposed to touch him when you do that." Another person's like, "He wasn't touching her. I saw it."
It must be a wire issue. Like I'm just gonna kind of pass it
And
off.
then as you come on, you sit there, you're looking at the heart meter, and the heart meter's flat. And he's like, "That's not." So it's like, "That's not supposed to happen. He did it on there wrong." And then right as you're sitting there and you're starting to relax, beep, beep, beep,
Wait, okay, but is she still mentally connected to them?
Yep.
Push like hit the recharge before her heartbeat gets up high enough,
Mm-hmm.
and hit it again.
Okay.
Oh,
You hit it
God.
again.
Oh god.
Once again, you are slammed back and you fall on the ground as you feel something like a
But-
mule kicking you in the
but-
chest.
But this time I am gonna make it look like I accidentally put my hand on the cord, so that when I fall down, I can literally blame a faulty wire.
Okay. So yeah, you slam down. You're almost knocked unconscious, Baden. And as you're pulling yourself up off the ground, other people come up and is like, "Get that thing off of her. It must be not working right." And because now she's completely flatlined.
Okay, so she is disconnected from them now.
There is no more. There is no
She's
more presence
disconnected
in
from
her
life.
mind, but you
He's
can
disconnected from
feel
everything.
literally reaching out to all these minds around you, that hungering presence is still there.
Okay.
And it is
I'm-
trying to grasp onto these other minds that are available. They're not receptive, but it is trying to latch onto them.
Can I shut myself down so that I don't get latched onto?
Yep, you've had years and years and years of just not, blocking others out. So
Okay. So I can stay in this and just not have them catch me.
stay
Know what
in
you're saying?
what?
What?
No, when you lock down, you have to shut everything out.
Okay, then I'll just shut down. I don't want. I mean, I don't know how specific. Okay, how specific do I know of where they're headed? Are they headed in this general vicinity, or do they know exactly where they're coming?
They know where they're going.
Do I know how far away they are? Because they probably know how far away we
They're
are.
very far away.
Okay. Cool. It's not good at all. I'm gonna get on the comm now and
About
call
this
the
time,
doc.
the taxi comes pulling up with you in it, Harry,
Mm-hmm.
and you can see Baden's kind of standing by, leaning over Jude. Jude is laying on the ground. Her shirt's been totally ripped open. There's the cardiac pads are still on her. Someone is looking at the machine, and they're looking at it, and they're like, I don't know what's wrong with it. Everything doesn't seem to be loose. Baden, what are you doing? I mean, you're literally getting up off the ground as all this is happening.
Yeah, so I'm gonna hit the charging button, but not deliver the shock, so it's ready when the doc gets here. Because I'm pretty sure she's gonna need this thing to restart her heart.
So you come running over there. You do carry pretty much a physician's fanny pack with you, which has
I was gonna say I probably have
emergency
some
items.
stuff. And
Wait,
especially
does she?
Fanny
Do you wear it around your waist?
fanny pack,
Do you wear it around your waist, or do you wear it like a
like a shoulder bag,
Yeah.
some of the CRNAs at my hospital do.
But you come running over. You see Jude laying on the ground. You can tell from the burns on the edges of it that the pads have been used at least once. She is still flatlined. The vitals show nothing.
I'm gonna go, Baden, what happened? And I'm gonna immediately start CPR first to try to just manually, because in between shocks, if somebody is flatlining, you are supposed to do CPR.
Except when you're trying to kill them.
Okay. Doc,
But once he got the disconnect.
Okay, look. I promise you, we will have a explanation discussion about this. Promise. Just fix it. She's flatlined.
Yeah, obviously. As I'm pumping
as
her
you're walking up, there's still a crowd of
chest.
people kneeling around her and everything like that. And one of them's like, "You're a doctor?"
Yes, I'm a
He's like,
doctor.
good, because I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Yeah, everybody get back.
And that same woman who said that, she kind of starts, "Get back, everybody! Give her rooms. The doctor's finally here." That other guy is like a menace. So you get in there.
Do Cap and I know this is going down?
It came over the comms.
Oh,
And I was
Oh,
with them.
I'm assuming
Okay.
that Baden didn't
I
have
thought
enough time to
I
look
thought
up.
it went directly. I thought it
Yeah.
went directly to her.
I don't think Baden had enough time to
You guys
just
still
go
know I would've
directly to
said
one
something.
person.
My intent was to send it to the doc, but I don't care if it goes to everybody. Obviously, I just needed the message to go out.
Gotcha.
And if I was still with you guys, I would have said
I mean, if
I
we're
wouldn't have
yeah,
I wouldn't
yeah.
have just been like, okay,
Yeah.
bye.
you came back to
It's-
the ship with us too, right?
Yeah, but he
Yeah.
said we
You didn't even
make
make it back
to
to the ship before this message came through.
So we would have all still been traveling together. However, we were traveling back to the ship.
Yeah, I never intended to keep it secret from anybody. Like even with messaging the doc, I just assumed she's gonna tell everybody what's going on. Like,
Yeah.
And then, so in that case, I would have been like, Cap, you go with her. I'll get the med bay prepped.
So you're sitting there and you start working on her. I need you to make me a roll, but I need to get your TN first.
Oh
So
god.
she is dead.
So
It is one of the hardest TNs ever.
So I have entered this scene, correct?
Yes.
If I'm with the doc.
You can
All
be
right,
with
cool.
the doc. Perfectly fine.
Cool. I've got 7 plot points to save fucking crew members.
I've got some too. So oof.
Well,
Oof.
if we do cool things, do we earn plot points?
Sure, you can have plot points for killing Jude.
Okay. So
God.
I guess I'll take my 1 plot point for killing Jude, and then for the rest of the
And
moment
Jude,
until
you
Jude is
can-
alive again, I'm just gonna be rocking back and forth next to the AED machine, and I'm just gonna be saying, like a leaf on the wind, like a leaf on
Oh my God.
the
And
wind.
Jude,
Random,
you
No,
can
random
have plot
harpoon
points for
just
being
comes out of
killed.
nowhere
No.
and stabs Jude in the chest.
You guys remember earlier when we were talking about having enough points to insert Reapers into the scene?
Oh no.
You guys are the inspiration for all the best stories.
Oh.
So-
He's
God.
just gonna turn to the cap. You're the white whale, and just
Start gnawing on him. So Kessie,
Yes.
Harry, I need you. The TN is a 16,
I see that.
so I need you to make me a. Where are you, Harry?
Let's see, like my mental,
Mental
obviously.
plus your.
Treat and first aid also possibly.
Actually, yes. Treat definitely. First aid
Uh-huh.
definitely.
Okay.
And ship's doctor you can
definitely
definitely
in a
use.
hairy situation.
Ha 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 ha
And hairy pair of testicles.
ha. And ship's doctor. Also?
Yes.
Fuck.
What?
Someone said testicles?
I said hairy pair of testicles.
Oh, okay.
God.
Yeah, all right.
God
I just
damn
wanted,
it.
I just wanted
Okay.
to make, I just wanted to make
Alright,
sure
y'all.
that I wasn't like having an episode.
Fucking
No,
bullshit.
you're not having a
This-
stroke, Josh. It's
The
okay.
Okay.
the stress of losing my
Shit.
favorite crew member.
Yeah, I think it's everybody's favorite crew member.
So,
Thanks, Baden. Thanks for killing everybody's favorite.
so
Okay, I had to kill her to protect her.
Yeah,
been a
from
minute.
the shit that you did.
it's been
Alright.
a minute since I rolled anything. The first aid next to my treat gives me a D8 for that, right?
D6. Is
Or a
it D6
D6.
or D8?
Sorry. What?
I think it's a D6, isn't it?
It's a D6.
It's a D6. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. But I get a D8 for ship's doctor.
Yes.
Okay.
You get your D10 for treat, your D10 for your
And
medal.
D10 for Okay.
And your
Okay.
Big pool, big pool.
No
whammies,
Okay. I'm fine.
pressure.
Everything's fine. Everything's totally fine. I've never failed these kinds of roles before ever. No.
Are you stalling now?
A little. Is it obvious?
I think Kessie's trying to hack Roll20's code to change the fate of the dice.
Yeah,
Oh, and you gotta lend a hand.
I'm in.
Hey, thanks whoever gave me Linda a hand because I can't look at it
Tugboat
right
did
now.
too.
Aww,
Jessica and
you
Tugboat
guys
have given
are
you
the
one
best.
each.
Okay.
Don't worry, Cass. You got it.
Oh!
She did have a 1,
So
but
I
she
am
has
in,
a.
I am in this scene and I now have 6 plot points because I am.
So the
removing
1 is
that
gone.
Complication
Okay.
immediately. It's
You
gone.
already beat. You
Okay, good.
already
Gone.
equaled.
Fuck off.
I-
Get out of here.
You already equaled the TN with the 2 8s. Okay.
Okay,
Bullshit.
so-
Just spend
But
a
you
plot
have to
point,
beat it.
beats
You have to
by
raise the
5.
stakes.
Yeah. So I will spend a plot point too.
Okay, so you keep the other 6.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
yes.
that means you
please,
beat
God,
it-
yes.
Beat it by 5.
You beat it by 5, so you get a D10 Big Damn Hero dice if you do not have one.
Well, what you could do if you do have a big damn hero dice already, you can
Your
just spend
biggest
another.
raise is a D12.
Oh, I do have a D10 already. Big.
So
big
what you
dice,
can do
so
is
I have
spend
to go back
another
and do
plot point to roll it, and you could potentially beat it by 10.
Oh, and Jonathan pointed out
maybe
it's a
Jude doesn't
D12,
have
not a
brain
D10.
damage.
Yeah,
Okay.
Kessie, do you have a D12? Because a D12 is what you get out of this.
Oh, okay. I don't have a D12, so
So
I
now
get a
you do.
D12 from this. Okay,
Yes.
cool,
Yeah.
cool.
Okay, so
Okay, hold on. One second. Because I need to circle that. Okay. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I have to write this stuff down, otherwise I'm gonna forget.
that's
Okay.
all right. I love players that
Okay.
take notes.
All right. I'm like shaking too. I just tried to draw a straight line and it is the squiggliest looking line ever. Oh my god.
You tried to draw a straight line and instead you drew Hank's
It was
pretzel.
like, yep, pretty much. Who? All right. Okay.
She wanted
so,
to draw Jude's heartbeat right now, but she
Right.
drew what she wants Jude's heartbeat to be.
Right. Exactly. Okay.
So are you going to spend anything else? Or are you done with? Because you're beating it by 5 right now. So you raise the stakes.
Sorry, I just dropped everything.
That's okay. So that's a 16 plus 6 is a
could-
22.
You could roll that.
Plus
you
23,
could roll-
24.
I can roll
D10?
my D10 that I have already.
I mean, YOLO, why not? You got the plot points. Plus, be cool if our pilot didn't have brain damage. Whatever.
Lauren, do you think it'd be cool if the pilot didn't have brain damage?
I mean, it'd be nice.
Yeah, okay, I'll spend. I can't even talk now. I'll spend another plot point.
And throw the big damn hero dice.
Yeah.
So you got up to 25 now because Daniel threw another +1 in.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay. Oh my god, I'm shaking so
So
bad.
all you need is a 2. All
Yeah,
you need
yeah.
is a 2 on it.
Anything higher than a 2 is just extra gravy.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a 5. There you go. So now you're beating it by 2. So first off, you get the big damn hero dice for the D12 big damn hero dice back.
Yes.
There you go.
And
For the
you get
D10
to
back?
dictate the
No.
scene.
Well, you already got the D12.
You already got the
I
D12,
wrote the D12 down.
Oh,
Sorry, I was confused.
No, you don't get the 10 back. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I was
But
like,
you
wait,
do
what?
Get to dictate
Okay.
the scene because you beat it by 2.
Oh
So
my
you
God.
have the defibrillator still on her.
Yes.
You're doing CPR. What
Mhm.
happens next?
I'm gonna say that because of the fact that I did know that we were going to see Baden, and the last time I saw Baden was right after he'd finished having a horrible, awful seizure, that I would have some, because you said I did have my little
Mhm.
fanny pack with me, that I would have some medication to help with this situation on me. So I will give her a dose of whatever that might be, because I don't deal with people with seizures, so I
Gotcha.
don't know specifically the medication right off the top of my head.
It's called
Prilosec.
anti-seizure.
Yeah.
So,
Prilosec.
and what are you doing to make her heart
possibly
stop?
an epi, for all I know.
Consume Prilosec.
And so, what are you gonna do to make her heart
Um,
start?
I will try. I mean, it would fucking work.
Hell
probably.
yeah. Pulp Fiction, baby. Pulp Fiction.
I had to stab her 3 times.
I get she's no, we're all thinking of the wrong Pulp Fiction scene. It's the scene where she's gonna stand on Jude and do that like twist dance that Uma Thurman does, and that the dance of life.
Jack, Rabbit, Slim.
Yeah, I will try CPR for just like the first few seconds, but I'll use, I guess I'll use the AED once.
You're gonna kick her in the
I'll
chest.
do one shock
Woohoo!
to try, and if that doesn't work, then
You're dictating the scene, young lady.
so then it fucking works. It works, and it
So
brings
you
her back.
kick on the AED one time. It charges up as you're doing your compressions. You
Mhm.
flip the switch, kick her in the chest. Almost immediately, the heart rate comes back on. She's probably been down a grand total of a minute and a half.
Okay.
She is breathing on her own.
Is she looking at me? Is she awake, or is she just still completely out of it?
She's still
Thank
out
you.
of it.
Probably not awake.
Yeah, she's been hit by an AED
Yeah.
3 times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just asking.
Yeah.
No.
Twice. I only did it twice.
I thought
So-
you hit her with it twice, Jonathan, and
Yeah,
then she
and
just
she
Yeah,
hit
you
her
hit it
again.
with her twice, and then I just hit it with her
Oh.
again a third time. Yeah,
So-
to restart her heart.
So seeing that her heart rate is back, can I like scoop her up
Yeah.
and like
And I'm gonna
we are running back
running.
to
Yeah,
the ship.
I was like, we need to
Like,
get her back to the
like
ship
it is
right
it
now.
is it is
right
season
now.
it is season 2, The Walking Dead. Carl has been shot and I am running through the field.
So
Don't take my son,
so
don't
you
take
run
my
right
Jude.
by the cab you had because you haven't been able to pay for it yet.
So we hop in the cab and go.
No, the captain said he wanted to run, so I figure he wants to run.
I mean, if there's a cab, then I'll
Right there.
yeah, if there's a
Gotcha.
cab, then I'll throw her
Yeah,
in the
so
cab.
you get her in the cab. The cabbie's like, "What the hell?" And
Oh
he's-
God.
and,
Back to the port
Harry's
now.
like, "I'm a doctor. We got to get her back to our ship."
Yep.
The cabbie's like, "All right, all right." He spins the car around. Are you going with them, Baden?
Well, when she
I'm
wakes up, I snap out of the like weird trance I've been in, and yes, I'm gonna get in the vehicle with them.
She doesn't
Yeah, I
wake
was gonna
up.
say if Baden doesn't seem like he was getting in the vehicle with me, I'd turn to him and be like, Baden, come on, we're going.
Oh, and then in that case, I probably get up like a small child and like just kind of
Autopilot
get
follow.
in the vehicle like a child would, out of like almost blind compliance.
All right. So you basically get up and follow them in to the car, and you're sitting there. Captain, she's breathing shallow, but she doesn't seem to be in any physical distress. No more signs of seizures, anything like that. The cab, it only takes a couple minutes to get to the ship.
I've still got her. Like
Yeah.
I climbed into the cab with her.
Yep.
And I've still got her, so that way as soon as we land, I am out of this cab.
Yep.
And like
Into the
hauling
midday.
ass, yeah, and then
And you
it's the
only
scene
bang her head into a
season
couple of
2, The
things.
Walking Dead. If I gotta roll for it, then fuck it.
No, you don't have to roll for it.
Yeah.
You get up in the ship
I
with her.
will-
You get her to
I will
med bay.
spend plot points to protect the crew.
When I look at her, does she have any surface thoughts at all? Is there any neural activity?
I thought you shut it. I thought you shut yourself down.
Yeah,
I
you got
did,
to open
but
yourself back up.
now I can read surface thoughts easily.
But you have to open yourself back up no matter what
Yeah,
to
yeah.
read outside
but
yourself.
Are they so are they in a position where like they would just still be constantly hunting like for psychic
Well,
signal
you
to lock
moved away
onto?
physically, and they seem
Huh?
to be physically in that location. So,
I don't-
it wasn't like there was a call of them on the planet. They were like right there where Jude was.
Right, but I'm saying like if I open my mind to just read her surface thoughts, they're gonna start locking in on me again, is what you're saying.
No, I didn't say that. I said
Oh.
they seem to be physically targeting the area around where Jude was.
Was okay. Okay, then we're in a cab. We've moved away from it. I just want to see if she has neural activity. I just want to see if there's anything on the surface.
Her mind is alive. It's active. She is, for the lack of a better term, she's almost dreaming.
Happy dreams?
No.
Reaver dreams?
No.
Okay.
Your entire experience while you were trapped in with the Reavers is in her head. And she is experiencing it almost like a dreamlike state. The only thing you know for sure from her surface thoughts is that she is not terrified. She's more like an observer.
What's in your head?
But you can't get much deeper than that without actually trying to probe in deeper. So you guys get to the ship by this time, and you guys take Jude into sickbay. You begin hooking her up, of course, immediately to instruments.
Yeah.
The EKG shows
I'm gonna
good.
get her hooked up, and I'm gonna scan her immediately.
The EKG, well, the futures version of an EKG shows that the heart rate is good and stable, which is a very good sign that hopefully there was no damage. Because no matter what, an AED is like getting kicked in the chest. So, and it can actually do damage, especially to a healthy heart. So but there doesn't seem to be damage. Her pulse rate is strong. Her Her blood oxygen levels look good. She does not seem to be in a physically right now because she's unconscious. She doesn't seem to be in a lot of stress.
Yeah.
As you're sitting there doing that, Jude, you're in this weird state, and Lauren, you were there when I was describing everything that was happening to Baden when he was locked into the mind. You're literally watching this as if you're watching like a scene in a play, but you're standing on stage. You're watching everything Baden went through as he was fighting the mind of the Reaver. You understand on a primal level that this is happening not as Baden physically, but Baden's mind is fighting this larger entity. You also comprehend that this larger entity is the Reavers, and that it is made up of a conglomeration of minds, but that there is something behind it. And about that time, you feel like this really bad fucking pain. It's this all over pain throughout your entire torso. And you can hear people talking and, talking about you and talking at you, and people are just voices indistinct, and you come back into yourself, and the first thing you see is your eyes flutter open is you're in med bay, the lights are on over top of you, you're laying on the bed, all the people are surrounding you, and yeah, it feels like someone held you down while they let a couple of mules just practice kicking into your chest.
What the fuck?
Jude cussed!
Don't move. Don't get up.
Yeah, I'll be reiterating the same thing. Don't move. Just try and stay still.
You're safe.
We're back on the ship.
Harry, you don't know if something's happened when she fell or happened when they were getting in the cab or what, but she has a little bit of blood coming out of both nostrils and both ears.
Okay. Is this very reminiscent of when
Baden?
Baden had his?
Yep.
Okay. So if I remember correctly, I was able to do a scan of his brain to see if there was like bleeding. I'm gonna do the same for Jude.
While she's doing the scan, I'm gonna say, do you remember who you are? Do you remember where you are?
Med bay, little bright lights.
Yeah, your head is fucking killing you too.
Mm-hmm.
You find a similar pattern of damage, Harry, that was present with Baden when he had the full bleed, but it's nowhere near as bad. But then again,
so
Baden was in a seizure for like almost an hour.
Yeah, exactly. So this is something I can probably treat with like medication and stuff, and not have to do the whole. Okay.
Yeah. No craniotomy. Not needed.
No. Let's not.
Thank God.
Is it weird that when she says that, like I want to touch right here on my head?
No, as soon as I figure out what's going on and I give her some medication and stuff, and I'll give her something to try to help make her more comfortable too, to help with all the pain and everything as well. Nothing too crazy to like knock her completely out, but I just want her to feel more comfortable. That I kind of, me myself, I want to turn to Baden and be like, what the fuck happened?
I can explain.
Can you?
But I'm pretty sure it falls under doctor-patient privilege.
She had almost the exact same situation that you had.
What?
What is going on?
Again, I can explain, but it's gonna fall under doctor-patient privilege.
Jude.
Some kind of disease?
Baden, what are your
Yeah.
surface thoughts?
My surface thoughts,
Mhm.
concern for Jude. A little bit concerned that she's about to blab the secret to everybody that she also knows now. Concerned that Captain is about to like punch my face in for what happened to Jude and the fact that I'm kind of saying doctor-patient privilege over and over again, because I know I need to tell him, but I don't want to tell him until after we have Alex. Like, I at least want Alex safe before we have this conversation. So like, there's a little bit concerned about the possibility of this conversation happening now.
Got it.
Like what Captain might do. Bigger concern for Jude, and a concern that like if this conversation happens, like Alex may end up dead because it's all gonna
Harry.
go like.
Surface
Yeah.
thoughts.
I'm confused. I want to know what's going on. I want to know why Jude just had the almost identical seizure that Baden had, literally.
That almost killed Baden.
That almost killed Baden. And Jesus Christ. Sorry. Yeah, I'm going around in my head in circles, like trying to figure this out, and I want to know what's going on.
Gotcha. Captain, surface thoughts.
Fear that whatever happened to Jude and Baden is like transmissible. Like 2 of my crew members have now had like a horrible seizure that is like almost unexplainable from like normal means. Like all the readings are saying she's fine. So fear, confusion, and also a whole lot of anger that Peyton says that this he can explain, but he's refusing to explain, and he's once again like he's doing his trademark talk in circles kind of a thing, speak in riddles, when like the potential for more members of my crew being like with their lives on the line is like very present.
Gotcha. Hank, you're in the ship still, right?
Yep.
Surface thoughts.
I'm right there with him.
Okay.
So definitely worry for Jude. It's prime concern. Suspicion of what's going on, since this is, happening. This has happened to Baden and Jude. Curiosity, because they both had the same gene or whatever that made them susceptible to the Miranda thing. And I guess fear again that she might turn into a Reaver.
Got it. All right. Jude, take all those surface thoughts that everyone just took that much amount of time to describe, and now pretend they're all happening at the exact time in your head, overlaid over each other, and you have no way of separating them all out or shutting them up.
Do I feel that sensation when that happens, since I'm in her head, right? On her surface?
On her surface thoughts, yes. Well, actually, you're getting this from her surface thoughts. At the moment this starts, from her surface thoughts, you suddenly get the equivalent of white noise.
White noise, like because I'm hearing all of that at once too, like she is, or white noise
because you have the mental ability, because of years of training and self-training and being talking and teaching yourself to do it. You have the ability to break down individual voices in your head, separate them out, silence the others, pick ones, and only hear those. She has none of that. And all these people are thinking directly at her. Some of them are even touching her. And all that is amplifying everything. Plus, she is in a hell of a lot of pain. She has got given pain meds, which makes her even more susceptible to it. And so she has basically no checks, no balances, no way to discern it. And all this is like a riot of sound, color, thought, everything going on at once in her head.
Is there a drug that I know that I've ever been given that sort of silenced my mind? accidentally or intentionally?
Ketamine.
Ketamine would actually be one
God
of them.
damn it.
But
Oh, okay.
No. No.
you could actually,
No.
any major sedative could reduce her sensory awareness to the point where she would be shut down enough to where she might be able to calm down.
Okay, I'm gonna look at the doc and I'm gonna say, I know you got some rough feelings about ketamine, but do you have another sedative that you're okay with? Because that's what she needs.
And Jude, what are you doing while this is happening?
I'm just trying to stay as still as possible because my body just hurts.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like pulling my head down and covering my ears and just whimpering, and it's loud. It's too loud. Too loud. I can't.
Quietly.
Too loud. Why? Just
after Baden tells me that, I'm gonna try to take Jude's hand and just like one of her hands, or even just just hold onto her arm a little or something if I need to.
Harry, hang on, stop, Jonathan. Jonathan, stop. Stop.
Sorry.
Harry, the moment you touch her hand, worst possible memory that Harry has about losing someone.
Oh no. Okay.
Patient, whatever.
I'm gonna shake that off a little. I will let go, but I will lean closer to her though, so that I can be very quiet though and not loud at all.
No. I'm sorry, Harry.
You're projecting your into her.
You don't experience that. She experiences it.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to stop you from touching her. That's why I was trying to get in your way.
I don't know that though.
No. I know, but I was trying to tell Ray as soon as I see you reaching for her, I'm physically trying to stop you from touching her.
I know, but you wouldn't be able to. That you're in Jude's head with white noise. Noticing the doc doing doc things is not going to be a high thing on your list.
And I've already been touching her.
Yeah.
I've already had my hands all over her.
Still touching her.
I have touched her.
Yeah. So I'm like I said, so then never mind. Sorry, I was confused about what you.
No, it's okay. Yeah,
has actively touched
I'm
you.
going. I'm like I said, I'm gonna be kind of holding onto her hand or her arm or something, and just lean very closely because I can tell she's having a hard time with the sensory stuff, just the same way that Baden did whenever he woke up from this. And I'm just gonna very softly be like, Jude, I'm gonna give you something to make you sleep if you're okay with that.
Jude, and what I was asking for from you, Kessie, can you give me that memory or?
Oh, I haven't thought that part of this character's life.
I mean, you can just say the general feeling of like
the first person that you had to operate on in the battlefield that you lost.
Yeah. That probably would have been one of that would probably be the one on battlefield losing someone.
It was her
very first time.
Soldiers passing in battlefields aren't usually the same as somebody like dying in a hospital. It's usually very worse.
Jude,
very
much worse.
Jude,
very much.
all you have is an image of Kessie. She's kneeling over a very young man. He's horribly injured. Actually, you see it from Kessie's eye, from Harry's eyes, and she's holding his hand, and she's leaning down like she is with you right now. You can feel how close her face is to yours, and in your head, instead of what she's saying to you, you hear her say, "It's okay. I'm sorry. Just go to sleep. It'll be over soon. I'm sorry. We just don't have anything here. I'm sorry. It'll be over soon. Just go to sleep. It'll be over soon."
Oh my god.
But that's what you're hearing her say instead of her saying, "I'm going to give you something to help you sleep."
I just start keening, just this noise, this high pitched, just cry starts coming out, and I start trying to shift and move, and just I hurt. So I'm flinching away from where I'm going, even as I'm trying to shift away.
So she's basically almost trying to slide off of the medical bed and get away from you.
Yeah, I'm gonna let go for sure, and I will go ahead and because I'm sure I've been started an IV at this point, and I will go ahead and dose her with something so that she can.
Finally, everything goes quiet. and you go somewhere else. And that's a good place to wrap for the night.
Can I say one thing to the two of them real quick to wrap up?
Sure.
I'm gonna look at the cap and I'm just gonna say,
confidentiality.
I know you have questions and you want answers, and I'm sure it's frustrating you that I can't give them to you right now, but I will make you this promise. Whether we get Alex out of that place alive or dead, once we're done with the mission, I will sit down and we will have a very honest conversation about this entire situation. Whether that means I stay on the ship or not, we'll sit down and have an honest conversation. But I do need to talk to the doctor because it is under doctor-patient privilege right now. But I swear I will tell you what's happening when the mission is over with.
Cap. This affects all of us, Captain. Like, this is our ship, but you are the captain. You have a right to know what the hell he is not telling us. Because from where I'm seeing, Baden, you did something. I don't know what you did, but you did something.
Well, if the doc doesn't think it's doctor-patient privilege and she wants to tell the
You don't have bargaining powers, Baden. This is not a hospital. This is a ship. You put one of our people in danger, Baden. You put Jude in danger. Tell us, what did you do?
Yeah, you keep screaming at me and telling me that I put her in danger. I fucking saved her life. I fucking saved all of y'all's lives, and this is all I ever get from y'all, is that I owe you.
Why are you playing the victim right now, Baden? This isn't about you. This is about Jude.
Hank.
No, it's cool.
Baden.
You want me off the
Baden.
ship? I'm off the
Baden.
ship. I'm gonna look at
No.
the doctor.
Baden, I need
If
to
you want to know
talk
what's
to
going
you.
on, you can come find me at the hotel, and I'll talk to you. But
Baden,
I'm
please
done.
don't leave. Please. I need to know about this now. Sooner rather than later. I need to have this conversation with you now. We need to figure out what's going on.
We play this your way. On one condition. You tell me right now, truthfully, is this something that I need to be worried about happening again?
Only Jude and me. Nobody else.
I'm going to get up from the bed, from the bedside. I am going to motion to Hank to follow me out. And as I am leaving, I'm going to turn back. I'm going to look at Baden, and I'm going to say, a very honest conversation.
That's what I told you. I promised it.
And then I'm going to leave, and I'm going to go get my shit.
All right. And that will be the point where we leave off tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.
Thank you all so much for having been here with us. We greatly appreciate it. Tonight was a wonderful, wonderful evening. I thank everyone at the table. That was fucking outstanding.
Oh.
Fucking outstanding. Beyond a shadow of a doubt. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again. This is the way every session should end.
I'd rather not be shaking so bad. I can't like.
I got an episode name.
Oh yeah. I'm ready for this.
Yeah.
What is it, sir? Throw it at us.
Family reunion.
Almost all of them are this traumatic too.
Oh wait, hold on. I got one. Help! It's again.
Oh,
Help! It's again.
no.
Oh God.
Nara says Baden strikes again.
Oh,
All
God.
right. So, whoa.
Oh.
Yeah, that was good. That was fucking amazing. Thank you guys so much. Also, do not forget, ladies and gentlemen, we are trying to get to 300 followers on Twitch, and with content like this, why don't we already have them? Please. So if you can share out the link, if anything we can do to get us to 300, we greatly appreciate it. In fact, we're gonna give someone a crap ton of minis for helping us get to 300. Because as soon as we get to 300, we're going to give away that whole set of minis that's been scrolling through the bottom right corner there. And that set of minis is going to be 3D printed. I already have some of them printed. I keep on showing this one because it's one of my faves. But the Great and Mighty Man-Bat has been printed. And he's going to do that thing. And it is basically all the minis are at this quality or greater, and it is an amazing set. And I cannot wait to get them all done and sent out to you to the winner. And we will do that once we hit 300 followers. Also, do not forget we are still participating in Extra Life. It is an amazing charity that does amazing work for children. They are an incredible organization that makes sure that I think it's close to 85 or 90% of all funds go directly to the hospitals and the organizations that they're supposed to. They do research for children's treatments for children's. They do research for the treatment of children's diseases, as well as helping kids who are in need of surgical procedures or other things that they need help paying for. And as Dr. Runyon always says, it's an amazing organization and it gives you a chance to be a hero and save a kid. So if you can donate, please do. If you cannot donate at this time, then just go ahead and share out the link. The link will be all we really need to make sure that we can get that information out there. Oh, hey, we're getting rated. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh no.
Oh.
Hey, Mama. Yeah, we're actually
Right at
literally
the
wrapping up. This is the end of the show.
But you missed all the good stuff.
Oh God. Yes.
We had to accidentally kill a crew member to save their life, and then like revive them.
Wait. Rephrase that. No one accidentally killed the crew member.
Okay.
We killed the crew member.
We did it on purpose.
I did it.
Oh,
it wasn't a raid.
No, it wasn't a
a
raid.
Oh, okay, good. But yes, please, if you can, give to Extra Life. It's an amazing charity. If you cannot, we understand. Share out the link. Help us get the word out. You might know someone who's in a position to donate, and that would be amazing too. Also, if you have the opportunity to do so, please subscribe. We would greatly appreciate it. Every single dollar that we get helps us go through and actually get better quality equipment, get better for everyone, so we can make sure we all have the same level and quality of broadcasting signal, so we can make sure that we all have the same mics, the same sound quality, everything, so we can put the best show forward for you guys. Oh, Mommy Longlegs, that's what it was. I am so thankful for you hosting us. That is so appreciated. Also, don't forget, we have a Discord, so if you guys want to join in and chat with us, please use that link, join our Discord, and say hi. We are on there constantly. We also... Oh, well, thank you very much. Nish gifted a share. Sub, I mean. Thank you so much. Also, do not forget, we have our Patreon, which gives you special titles in our Discord, which also will give you access. If we get enough Patreon subscribers, we're going to start doing monthly Patreon games. We're almost there. Which are going to be run by one of us, and we will be taking our Patreon subs through an adventure, and it'll give us a chance to play other new systems that we might want to try for shows later on. And we'll be doing that with our Patreon subs as part of the Patreon reward system. Don't also forget, if you do not want to do Patreon, you do not want to subscribe on Twitch, but you still want to support the show, you can buy merch. We have Dinner in a Game hats. We have Dinner in a Game shirts. We have Dinner in a Game beanies. We have Dinner in a Game backpacks. We have everything except socks, because I keep on forgetting to make socks. But anyway, but yes, everything you can do to support the show, all the money goes towards making a better quality show for you guys. Now, other than that, we also have blessing us with her presence and being the most incredible dead person ever. Lauren, who is also runs her own show. Lauren, would you care to tell us a little bit about the Keep before you go?
Sure. So I am currently DMing for The Keep at twitch.tv/TheKeepRPG. And we are getting into some crazy fun shenanigans in the Feywild. It's a homebrew campaign based on 5e rules, and it is kind of crazy fun. So you should definitely come check us out. We stream on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Central at twitch.tv/TheKeepRPG. And our VODs go up on YouTube under The Keep RPG also.
Thank you very much. And give them a check. They're a great group of people. Their games are fun. Lauren likes to keep them terrified, and it's the most hilarious thing ever. I don't know where she gets it from. I just don't.
I'm gonna have to ask Lauren for some tips, because maybe once we get enough Patreon members, maybe I'll decide to run my very first game ever.
It's going to be Lost
definitely
Mines of
should.
Fandelver.
No, I will not do Lost Mines. No, I refuse. I absolutely refuse.
And for that story, ladies and gentlemen, come join us on Discord.
Yeah.
Oh, also, don't forget our Patreon subscribers. I think it's a third tier and higher. They get to join in our Skype chats for the games too. So you can see all the freaking insanity that was posted up in Skype tonight in the form of memes. It was amazing. So the meme game was strong this evening. But other than that, we love you all so much. We thank you all so much for being here. This was a really, really great night. But we are now going to pass that love on to someone else, because we are going to go raid Cave Geek Art. We raid them quite a bit, but this guy is amazing. He does some incredible artwork. He does like full done fantasy maps that he actually burns into vellum, which is animal skin. And he just does this incredible stuff. It's amazing. So we're going to give them a raid. But remember, please, it's still dangerous out there. If you can stay home, stay home. It's the only way to really be safe. If you have to go out, we know people are having to work. I mean, we understand the situation. Wear a mask. It's the only way to protect the people around you, as well as protecting yourself. But if you can stay home, stay home. We want you to be safe. We want you to be healthy. We want you to come back week after week. Join us here on Dinner and a Game, because we love you very much. And we will always save you a seat at the table. So let me go ahead and see if we can get this here raid started. So in any moment now, we're going to disappear from this, and we're going to go raid Cave Geek Art. So we love you very
But
much.
until then, Lauren is going to beatbox for us.
Lauren, go! That is a valiant fucking effort right there. We're out.
This is content.
Also, I